Hello, friends. Welcome. Just getting set and ready. Big. What up, Raven? Okay, sweet. Right, we're on. Guys, I have a plan for today. I've got a few hours in me. Then I gotta go do my interview with the devs. But I am going to test delves today and dungeons if we can find a group. I'm gonna do delves and dungeons is my plan. Um, because it's kind of pertinent to my interview, but also just good to want to test some things, you know? I want to be going through what's available piece by piece. So that is kind of my plan. What have I got? Where is a repair guy? Oh, I think this one over here. So that's going to be my plan. Oh, here's the item upgrades. Wait, there's no Valor Stones anymore. Hell yeah. It would have been pretty nice if in this first alpha stage we had everything to test. They just gave us everything. But I get it. I get it. No complaints from me. But it would have been nice. What have I got? I need a flippin' repair, dude. So I can go do some delves. I want to try delves with different roles. I want to try heal, tank, DPS. See what feels good. Right, surely one of you buggers. No full set at the moment. Eesh. Kind of bare bones. Okay, I got different. Wait, I've got wrist upgrades anyway. Hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute. Yeah, no. I can show you maybe. One thing, I was doing some research for this interview, and I found something interesting actually. If you actually look at the item level of the uh bosses, so obviously this is on Mythic, it's 279, and then this is 282, okay? This, the Dream Rift, is 279, okay? And then Void Spire begins at 272 and ends at 282. So the fourth and fifth boss are both 279, and then this is 282. So this would suggest, I mean, this is only a 6 boss raid, but this would kind of suggest that, like, I mean, these bosses are going to be on par with the end of this raid tier. But I think, what's the release schedule? Is it March on Quel'Danas, then a few weeks go by, then Dream Raid? I want to actually find this. So, Midnight Raid release schedule. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. I don't know that Google is right. Google says that the 6 boss raid is first. Will be the first to become available at launch. I don't think that's true at all. At all. Here's the schedule. Maybe this one's got it. Oh, it's from Icy Veins? Yeah, cool. We'll take it. So, week 1, no raid. Week 2, Void Spire and Dream Rift launch. Okay. Then Void Spire and Dream Rift Mythic. And the race toward first start. Well, then you have March on Quel'Danas launches. It's unclear whether it will get Heroic Week or not, but it most likely won't. Dude, I actually really like that. If that's how it actually, if this is accurate, if this is correct, I mean, obviously they're saying the race toward first will start. Who's to say that it will? We don't know what race. It's up to the race toward first guilds what they decide. But that would be quite good. I mean, something I would like to see is Void Spire, Dream Rift, normal and heroic, week 1 of the expansion. But that's just me being greedy. Shadowlands, first season, we got 187-ish max. We'll be at that item level questing, I think, just before you level 90. So the march on Quell mount, please. Will do. Will do. Confirmed raids unlock in March. Why March? We don't know when the release of the expansion is yet, right? I mean, that's pretty good. Like, if you... So, basically, you have normal and heroic of these, like, single or two boss raids. These small raid. I'm going to call them micro raids. Week 3, you get a micro raid mythic. And then, straight after that, you get the 6 boss raid straight into mythic. That's pretty good. You get, like, a week of slamming these bosses. And then, boom, slam this boss. So, okay, March on Quel'Danan. Okay, very good. Very good, yeah. It probably will release in March as well. You're actually probably not wrong. So, yeah, that's pretty neat. But just in terms of the difficulty then, like, if these... Yeah, voiced by his 6 bosses, yeah. So if the item, like, I would think that it's an equivalent challenge per item, like, for the equivalent item level, right? So if these are 279 and 280 plus, then this here, like, they're going to be on par with these bosses. Now, would you expect most guilds on Mythic to be clearing the 5th and 6th bosses in the first week? Or is it going to be that many guilds are actually going to not clear these raids before Voidspire releases? No. No Discord notice? Yeah, I haven't got around to doing it yet. I don't blast people too much. I think people generally, they find me when they're ready. Testing dells and dungeons. Big midnight alpha testing. Boom. All right, big. Yeah, so that's kind of interesting about the raid, sort of the raid, like the challenge level, you know? Interested on the raid challenge level. That is the question. And then tier loot and difficulty. Oh, you wanted to see the mount, right? Oh, Ashes of Beloran. Oh, shit, what the hell? What the hell is that? Look at that, dude. Don't have class sets? No. There is this Curio. Okay, so I imagine that's just going to be a tier piece. The question is, like, are these going to drop tier? It doesn't look like they drop tier. I mean, this drops a Curio. Could they add, like, mini tier sets? This also... Yeah, this drops a chess piece. Specifically a chess piece. But yeah, we don't know what the tier sets are yet. And then... Second boss drops tier. Third drops tier. Fourth. Fifth. Ah! So... Your chess piece specifically comes from here. It doesn't come from the 6 boss raid. Yes, I did hear that. So for those that don't know, so you know how if you collect, like, you collect gear, right? You collect the tier sets. If you collect the mythic level tier set, oh, there's all this stuff. If you collect the mythic, oh my god, can I just find a raid? There we go. If you collect the mythic tier set, it will then give you the appearances for all of the previous difficulty. Or if you collect one on a difficulty, all the lower difficulties will also get unlocked. What up, Michael T? Am I liking Druid on Alpha so far? I think so. Yes, it's actually not bad. I think that I need to see the changes to the combat first. We haven't seen how they're changing Mythic Plus. We haven't seen how they're changing raids. We're losing add-ons. So I really need to, like, the classes are the lens via which you are able to see the game, right? So there's that symbiosis between how your class feels in the content that you're doing. And I think depending on how your class is designed, it can make a boss feel either really good or feel really bad, but depending on how that's designed. So we need to see how they're going to design that stuff, and then that will inform how I feel about, you know, Druid and the classes and stuff in general. I do generally think they've stripped a little bit too much, but that's where we can give feedback and say, hey, maybe start adding some things back in, you know? And we'll see if they do. There's a lot. Ah, Amani Tribe Renown. That's going to give you a gear set. That's pretty cool. And then you have the Harati attire. I don't know what that is. And then you have Praise Seeker's attire. It will be retroactive. Yes, Talco. Yes, it will be retroactive. Pretty neat. Also, did you see how her classes play at 90? Yes, absolutely. That is absolutely true. Right, let's go do some flipping delves, you guys. Where am I going? Where's my first delve? Oh, there's two over here. Let's go to the Dark Way. Whoa. Oh, not yet implemented? Is that what that means? NYI. Invasive. Oh, there's one up here, though. Harati, the nature people. It's the Harandir is the name of the class we're gonna get, but maybe Harati is like a tribe of them or something. The ones that we befriend or something, you know? Oh, sick. Does it show some of the rewards? Let me see. Let me see how far up on the delves I can manage. It's quite funky with Druid right now because we really don't have much in the way of survivability. It's really quite delicate. Also, there's like no music in this game. It freaks me out. I'm gonna play some WoW music because this shit spooks me, man. There we go. Big. Big. Right, so we have Valera now. What do I want her as? A healer? Probably. Right, you don't have combat curios. Does show her abilities. Okay. Fear that it will become simple with stripping too many skills. Still need to check the changes, so I don't know what they removed yet. I have a video on YouTube of what they've removed, but basically, they removed Blood Talons, they removed Adaptive Swarm, they removed Brutal Slash, they removed Lion Strength, they changed Sudden Ambush, they've basically limited snapshotting quite a bit, but they've removed a bunch of stuff from a bunch of classes, like a bunch of things have been pruned, which is crazy, but again, yeah, we need to look at combat, like, this is the funny thing, is a lot of people are looking at, for example, they've removed Kick. They've removed Interrupt from Resto Druid. And they're limiting, like some kicks and stuff, and they're removing a bunch of defensives and CCs from specs. Like, Feral's lost Renewal. We've lost a lot of sort of self-healing abilities. And you can absolutely look at that and go, wait, what the hell? Like, how are we going to do Priory? It's like, well, that's the whole point, right? Is like, you're looking at one variable and then assuming that everything else is staying the same, and it's not. It's like, they're clearly going to be redesigning combat around needing fewer defensives, or having fewer defenses, but maybe them being more important, and letting healers do more. Like, if people don't have as many defensives and they redesign the damage output, then maybe healing's really good because you actually are healing. Which I think is hard to tune around, but could be really exciting for healers. But if they're like reducing the amount of kicks that are needed, but making them super important spell casts, so we noticed in the normal dungeons that we were doing, like there weren't that many spells that you needed to kick, but if kicks went through, it was like 30-second curse debuff or something. You know, it was a punishing thing. So they might be redesigning combat and just having you blasting a lot more. Like, maybe actually you're going to need to do less CC, less defensive stuff, and you are just going to be spending more time blasting damage. And healers blasting HPS. Like, that could be good. I don't want to say that that's going to be bad before I've tested it. Like, that actually sounds good to me. I do like having the skill expression and using defensives and whatnot, but, like, hugging, you know, going and doing Priory right now just feels terrible. Oh, I need to keybind this. Is there a special action button? Special action button. Special action button, where are you? Where are you? I know you're here. Also, I only did a normal. Yep. Gotta see how all the mechanics and stuff overlap, yeah. Imagine a search bar. Well, yeah, but I don't think it's gonna be, You know what? You got me. No, that's not what I want. No, that's cat form stuff. Yeah, no, that doesn't work. Quick bind it? How? Oh, is it extra, not special? Extra. You're right. You know what? You got me. Guys, you got me. You guys should be the streamer and I should be the viewer, because you guys are one step ahead of me. I can't really argue. Yo, what is this delve? This delve's pretty sick. I'm just going on that napalm run. Meow. Whee! What's Valera doing this whole time? Oh, she's zooming at the back. Look at her. Oh, shit, she's just defying gravity. Feral has just had my favorite ability added. Like, look at it. Oh, look at this hunger for battle. You know what? Oh, I want to see. Ooh. Okay. Okay, this is what I want to see. So, sorry guys, I'm testing delves, but I'm also just testing things at the same time. So, gameplay enhancements, cooldown manager. Is it advanced cooldowns? Yes. I want to see if I can track. See, Blood Talons is still there. Unseen Predator. So you can track Unseen Predator? Can I track... Okay, Call of the Elder Druid. Okay, yeah, that's the thing. I want to see... Damn. I want to be able to track this buff here. So, Hunger for Battle... Wait, enter a new layout. Wait, no. This here. So, when an enemy afflicted by your rip dies, gain 10 energy, and your damage dealt is increased by 5% for 8 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. And it refreshes. And I want a tracker bar for that. So, that's something... That's something. I'm going to make sure that I'm keeping... I'm trying to create a list of feral feedback. What up, Griffin? We're winning, baby. Search it? Well, it's not there. It's not here. What is it called? Hunger? Maybe if it's on spells. No, it's got Frantic Frenzy. But this is just to track abilities, which I'm not too... I didn't realize I could do this, actually, which is pretty cool. But you can, like, so, you know how I've got the cooldown manager? You can see on my screen here. I actually have it hidden quite a lot. But you can... so let's say I want to track, like, my... yeah, my rip. If I put it in essential cooldowns, it'll, like... I mean, it's not a cooldown, but whatever. I can put it up here. Or I can put it in... I don't know how to adjust it with this bar, the buff bar. That's a buff bar. So I don't know how to adjust that, but I could put it in like utility or whatever, and then I can shuffle it so I could put it wherever I want. So it's pretty cute. It's pretty cute. You can track your bits, and then you can remove things if you don't want them. So let's say you just want like the utility and you just want to track. I mean, all that stuff's gone now. Let's say you just want to track like incap. So you just want to track your CCs. So you could like just limit it to that. What's the other tab for? This one? Buffs. So this buff tracker here, you can see. So let's say I want to track Apex Predator. Can I put that there? Yeah, okay. So now it will tell me how long I've got an Apex proc for. So I guess it would also kind of sort of tell you if you overcap. Dude, okay, this is the thing. Everyone's mad about... Not everyone. Some people are mad about Blood Talons being gone. But holy shit, think about those situations where you just get Apex proc, Apex proc, Apex proc, Apex proc. And before, it felt really conflicted, because it felt great that you were getting these procs, but you felt shit that you weren't empowering them with Blood Talons. And that your bleeds were going to fall off, and you weren't going to have Blood Talons ready in time. Now, you can just let them rip, dude. And if you get like 8 Apex procs in a row in a big pull... Again, nasty Apex procs, that will be sick. Right, let me try and track Blood Talons. Yeah, no, it's just not there. Doesn't want it. Doesn't want it. What about Ravage? I mean, like, what is it even tracking with Ravage? Like, the proc? Oh, yeah, I guess it's the proc. You can track Frenzied Regen. Track game. Well, Blood Talons is gone. You know that, right? That's why it's like not tracking, I guess. Okay, cancel. I don't want to do that. But yeah, I do want to wait to track that hunger for battle. That's what I need to add. Okay, let me get my so this is hunger for battle needs to be added to the cooldown manager buff tracker. Big. You want it to track? What? You mean Blood Talons? Could have been double dipping into the track? Why there's no adjustable resource bar so you can center those, add the cooldowns around? You can do this. Personal resource display. So you can use that, and then you can edit. Oh, okay, you actually can't move that. That's interesting. Oh, personal resource display. Oh, okay, that's weird. I just didn't have it enabled. Yeah. There it is. So you can have that, but it doesn't... I don't know if you can have it display the number. Because that would be kind of nice. You can? Oh, okay. Then there you go. Is it in combat? Okay, I'll add it just so you can... and then you say it's in combat. Show silhouetted when obscured. Oh, yeah, I want that. And then self-highlight, center icon. Self-highlight? Oh, wait, no, I want it on. Outline. Yeah, give me an outline. Oh, wait, circle and outline? What's the one where it's actually like... Yeah, no, just the outline. Interface. No. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, it had some extra settings? Okay. The personal resource display. Oh, shit, yeah. Show special resources on targets. Wait, what? What does that do? Hide health and power bars. Only show friendly buffs. Oh, is that showing combo points as well? Yeah, they should add personal resource display. This isn't technically feral feedback, but personal resource display add resource text. Trying to track down a bunch of things and then... Right, I don't want personal resource display there. Get it off! Get it off! Okay, that's neat. But yeah, so look at this hunger, I mean, this hunger thing's pretty cool. So if a mob... Oh wait, where are the mobs? No? Oh, they're in the wall. Okay. Yeah, they're in the wall. Where are we going? What are we doing? What do you need me to do? You want me to bomb these plants? Surely not. They're hurting me. Ah! Yo, it's him! It's him! Dude, I had a poster of Darkmech on my wall when I was growing up, actually. I had a picture of Darkmech on it was above my bed. Big. How you doing, Mr. Mech? How you doing, Mr. Mech? How has Alpha been treating you? I've been seeing you doing bits. I've been seeing you doing bits, my man. I'm a fanboy of Darkmech. I've been a long time Darkmech enjoyer. That's for sure. We're just doing some delves. How has your Alpha experience been, man? Oh, Big Convoke? How are you enjoying some of the class design? Is your life over before it's begun? Begun? This is a pretty cool delve. I like this one. Pretty easy. Always come back for the alpha and new expansion. Big. Yeah, man. No, that's great. What do you think about the tank changes and stuff? Checking all the changes and how I feel about Blood Decay, but it's alpha, we give it time. Yeah. I think it's important to not disconnect mid-delve. It's important to, yeah, like obviously give the feedback, but then also, well, it's important to note that it is just alpha, but also give feedback early, give it often, you know. You know that. But like, yeah, it's one of those things where hopefully some improvements will come. They've made some mega changes. I knew changes were coming. I actually thought they were going to go sort of not the other way, as in make things more difficult, and like more complicated, but I thought they were going to lean more into class fantasies. And maybe in some ways they are. Like, I thought they were going to like really get into like really big design changes for a lot of the... Oh, not another one! Chat, we've been double raided. I can't keep up. Foxy Faye, thank you so much for the raid as well. Thank you, Darkmech, Foxy, for giving me your communities. Guys, we're trying to play some alpha. I think it's just giving me a little bit of trouble right now, but I'm going to try and get back on. Welcome on in. Foxy, how was your stream? What were you getting up to? Oh, you're in an ad. Why does Twitch do that? I thought they're supposed to not do that. They're supposed to not do that. Happy the way Feral's looking or not sold? So Feral's actually not been stripped back that much. And actually, as much as I hate to say it, they've probably modernized the spec for 2025, and they've like some specs have just had their shit removed, just flat out. Feral has at least retained snapshotting to some degree, and I think actually in the long run this might be better. But I will say I don't think that we've really had anything new, anything that's really made me go like, "Ah, this is fantastic. This is an elevation of where Feral was." I'm unsure, because it's one thing to simplify some specs, but then how are you developing them? Right now it feels like they've just stripped everything back, so we're just losing a bunch of stuff for many specs. And I think that's really just going to bore a lot of people. Because now the spec that you knew and loved is probably just going to feel like, yeah, just feel worse, you know? But Feral actually feels alright. Feral actually feels okay. In some ways. I want to see them do some stuff with hero talents, though. Feral class fancy is constant 250% movement speed. Oh, yeah, that seems... Looking at Demon Hunters, we could probably get that, right? They got a bunch of stuff. But yeah, what's up, Foxy Faye? How was your stream? What were you getting up to? What were you doing? Oh, I'm back in. We managed it. I'm back in. Let's go. What up, Thunder? Welcome, friends. Saw one post on Reddit where someone was calling for everyone to cancel their subs because of the changes. Yeah, some people are just dumb. Like, doing the whole, like, who's with me? And it's like, yeah, bro, I don't think that's, like... That's the thing I think with a lot of people, is they assume that everyone else just agrees with them. It's like, many people are going to love these changes. I do worry about them catering a bit too much for the... How do I put this nicely? I'm worried about Blizzard catering too much for the dumbest person in the room. When, like, there's nothing wrong, I think, with actually just encouraging people to improve, to try and get better at stuff. I'm gonna try logging on a different character. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Life is all about trying to improve, trying to, you know, being, like, I think a lot of video games these days are trying to look at, like, accessibility and onboarding and, availability, approachability, like all these kinds of things that are just key buzzwords for literally anybody in the world can do this, which does have its downsides. There are just going to be downsides to that. And yeah, there are downsides to that. I do think that, I mean, look at Survival Hunter right now. Look at my action bar, right? Look at Survival Hunter right now, okay? So, I'm just about to finish my cooldown window. And now I am Raptor Strike kill commanding for 9 seconds until I have a bomb available. This is gonna be... I mean, this is gonna be Survival Hunter gameplay. Now, we are not level 90, okay? We're not level 90. But this is a little bit too soft, I think. This is a little bit too... Because the thing is as well, Raptor Strike only does single target, instead of kill command. There's like, it's mega simple. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried, I'm a little bit concerned there for some specs. Like, Feral's not a spec that I'm concerned about. Survival Hunter, I am very concerned about it just being dog shit. So that's something to think about. Like I've been saying, we need to look at combat design first. So I've actually got an interview today with the lead encounter designer and also the designer of the Prey system. So I'm going to be able to talk to them about, well, Prey, but raids, dungeons, delves. And I do really want to lean into getting answers about how they're looking to shift design, mechanics, expectations of players, gameplay loops, etc. around... okay, I think my character's just absolutely bricked from going in that delve. But I want to see, because right now we're only looking at the class changes. So I'm actually probably somebody who's a little bit more uh optimistic about a lot of the class changes that they're making, because I play Final Fantasy XIV, where the class design really isn't standout amazing. I mean, they have some really cool, kooky, interesting classes. They have things like Pictomancer, where you're literally a painter and you paint like animated ability. So you paint like a massive mallet, which then like slams on players, and it's like this range spec that sort of has these like instant cast and like these cool setup things, and you like are painting your spells that you're doing, and you paint like an arena, which then buffs people, and you can paint anime titties. Yeah, of course. How could? Yeah, absolutely. Um, so like that's pretty cool. They've got some unique class like ideas, but a lot of the really interesting combat in Final Fantasy comes from the design of the bosses. You know, in WoW, it's very much, and I specifically have a question about this that in the interview I'm gonna give, but you know how in WoW, like, you'll fight a raid boss and you don't get a mechanic for the whole boss? You have certain bosses where you go, I don't have a job on this boss. I literally just AFK and I hit a mob. And then everybody else goes and does responsibility. We assign the range to deal with this. We assign, one-armed bandit, right? One-armed bandit is probably a great example. If you're a melee DPS, you don't actually do anything. There's some stuff to dodge or whatever, but like you're not doing anything. There's a guy at the back of the room who's sending these like sending the coins. You have other people like range moving out to get dispelled and stuff. But if you're a melee on that fight, you're like, okay, I'm AFK. If you are doing like sticks and you don't get assigned a bomb, you are AFK for the whole fight. There is nothing to do. I think that if Blizzard leaned more into more simple class design, but when you do boss fights, it is high octane adrenaline game, and it is go go go. There's like, you're constantly sort of doing something, constantly sort of getting assigned things. There's constantly like positions you need to be looking at, like, am I going to move left side of the room, right side of the room? Am I go in counterclockwise? Am I go into a cardinal position to do a thing? Is it a 5-player stack here and a 2-player stack here? Is there like a I guess kind of like Lumathar. Lumathar's a good example. You know how it does 2 cleave attacks, and you have 2 different groups that you have to assign for like splitting up. Just that kind of shit, right? That kind of shit would be good, I think. So yeah, if they lean more into that kind of design of stuff, then maybe the like more simplistic classes will be all right, because you'll have other cool stuff to do. So maybe. I'm not checking out classes right this second. I'm trying to do some delve testing. Like I said, I've got this interview in a couple hours, and I kind of want to like have experienced some of the new delves, seen any of the changes, that kind of thing. I haven't tested Rogue yet. I've heard some things, though. I've heard Assassination actually looks kind of fun. I've heard Sub-Rogue has been obliterated. But yeah, later tonight, Danvar, I will. Later tonight, like, I'm going to do part stream, then I'm going to do it. I have to go off stream, do an interview, then I'm going to come back on stream a little bit later, and we'll do more alpha and everything, and... Alright, I can try and check some Ellie right now because my game's breaking on that character, so... Tell you what, I will check Ellie for you because I know we were supposed to check it last night, and then I'll see if my Druid works again. Any Destrolock info? Kalamazoo might be a good guy to check out there. I will check Warlock at some point. Like, I'm going to go through and test, like, all the different specs and do the classic tier list and all that bollocks. But I'm going to try and test a bunch of different things because it, like, with this more simple design on a lot of stuff, it will be cool to see how some things change. I did see on Demo Lock, like, I saw Kalamazoo testing on the target dummy next to me, and you summon a Dreadlord, dude. It's sick. No Windwalker gameplay? I was doing some last night. I did some Windwalker last night. I can show you really quick before I jump on Ellie. Windwalker's crazy. They've gotten rid of SEF. There's no SEF. You have Weapons of Order. You still have Zuen. Thoughts? Too early to tell. It's really hard, right? Because we're only level 80. So you're missing 10 talent points or whatever. It's hard to say. We're also in shit gear. So some of this stuff, like especially when you're on a spec where your abilities are hasted, or like, you know, haste scaling, and then you have 14% haste, it's really awkward to try and tell how good or bad something might be. I can tell you right now, Feral feels good. I actually quite like Boomy, though it is simple, but Boomy has always been simple, I guess. I like Feral. Feral actually seems like it's... Feral is probably one of the specs in one of the best positions, actually. Unholy DK looks nuts. Frost DK looks pretty sick, actually. What else? Yeah. Most of what I tested, that's probably the things I'm most excited for so far. Haven't checked out Priest yet, but I do play Shadow Priest on retail, so I am going to check that. Will they change with Feral? A few things. Quite a few things. I don't want to, like, every 5 minutes repeat it. I do have a YouTube video. Literally, like, you can go check out. There's, like, a 9-minute section where I go through every, like, talent change and everything and talk about everything. So I'd recommend just go checking out that video. I'll probably talk about it again in a bit, but I've literally just been talking about it not too long ago, so... So I don't want to repeat myself too much. Make a command? Yeah, maybe. I always struggle with that as a streamer, because I love answering people's questions, and I never want to just feel like I'm saying, like, stop talking to me, go watch a video. But I also got to keep the show moving, so... Very useful and informative. Thank you, Thunder. So... Oh, this is pretty sick with Windwalker. Okay, so Windwalker has, from what I have seen so far, like, the single hardest hitting ability that I've seen so far. So on Feral, known for having some pretty chunky abilities, like Ferocious Bite, Ravage, stuff like that, the highest I saw was like 17, 18k on Feral, right? Windwalker has Slicing Winds, which is doing 27k, 28k crit, and it's AoE. Like, that is mental, because you can take a talent which increases its damage by 100%. So it's pretty big damage on a 30-second CD. So that's just tuning, though. Yeah. I know things haven't been tuned, but it's also this talent, right? Which is specifically, like, going to increase the damage by 100%. But it's still a good sign. Like, you know, I know, yeah, they've still got to do tuning and stuff, but... I mean, it's good to start strong, I guess. You said, do you have 2 Weapon of Order charges? From the looks of it, I have 1. You can get cooldown reduction, or you can get an extension. And then you can get Chi generation. I don't think... Is it Weapons of Order? Times. Casting Weapons of Order calls upon a Shadow Pen fighter to assist you. Damage increased by 1% per flurry strike you've triggered before casting Weapons of Order. Okay. Oh, shit, yeah, no, you're right. Sorry. Yeah, it is just on the base skill. Yeah. Yeah, it has 2 uses. So it's kind of like SEF. That's 2 on your keybind? Yeah, I'm just stupid. I'm just dumb. Pop, pop, pop. I mean, the visual looks pretty sick. I don't know if they've updated the visual. That looks updated to me. I really want them to implement the DPS meter. Like, I know WoW players, everyone's complaining about simplicity. And then it's like, brother, I'm telling you right now, if your spec absolutely pumps, you're not going to say shit. This last 2 business days? Yeah. You can get a talent which increases it by a second. It lasts forever, yeah. I mean, it did a what, 5.5k crit there, but yeah, it's doing like 400 a tick. What am I going to, 40 1440p graphics. I don't know what I need to be able to do that. I don't know if I need a better PC or not. But yeah, the new Fist graphic looks cool. Oh, is that Shadowpan? Okay. I haven't noticed. Like, I play with Orc on Live, but clearly I don't play it enough. Maybe it's because I also normally play a Blood Elf. And I think these flipping pandas look cool. You need to set to 1440. Yeah, let me see. I'll try that in future. I'll see if I can do that without it. I don't know if that has will cause any problems. Always zoomed a mile away. Yeah, and when you're in content, you're not actually looking at your character. You're like busy like tracking everything. I will check out some Shadow Priest. Yeah, I need to check out Ellie. So that's kind of the deal with Monk. I mean, there's a lot of changes. Like, there's some stuff down here. Like you get Jadefire Stomp now, so you can have it like do AOE or do a single target thing. You've got this Rushing Wind Kick, which causes your Rising Sun Kick to have a chance to actually do a 25-yard cone. And then it's increased by the number of targets. And then you now have Strike of the Windlord or Whirling Dragon Punch, which is something, I guess. I don't think we yet have Celeste. Oh, Celeste has all... Oh, Celeste has new things. Okay. Let's look at Celeste. So, what's new here? So, this is... We already have this, right? Fist of Fury, Spinning Crane Kick, damage increase. Monastery has a 15% chance to refund a charge when consumed. Yada yada. Tiger Bomb has a chance to cause Zuen to claw your target. Zuen guarantees your next cast activates this effect. Rushing Jade Wind while Zuen, the White Tiger, or gain Rushing Jade Wind while Zuen is active. Rushing Jade Wind's duration is increased by 4 seconds. You also get Strike of the Windlord and Whirling Dragon Punch call upon Yulon to increase the cooldown recovery rate of Fists of Fury, Strike of the Windlord, all your stuff. Channel time Fists of Fury is reduced by 50% while Yulon is active. Yeah, so we already have that, right? Heart of the Jade Serpent additionally triggers for 4 seconds at 100% effectiveness after you cast Slicing Winds. Heart of the Jade Serpent increases your haste by 10% while active. Okay. If Rushing Jade Wind and Spinning Crane Kick have a chance to cause Chi-Ji to increase your energy regen. Oh, wait, this is the tier set. Oh, shit, they just put... Okay, so it seems like what they've done for a lot of specs is just take the tier set and bake it into the hero talent. Which is kind of nuts, considering we're also going to get a new tier set. But that's probably pretty good for a lot of specs that feel like they were losing something, right? Yeah, like Pack Leader just permanently gets Stampede now. Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. I was reading it and I was like, wait a second, this doesn't sound new. This isn't new. And then I've gone, this is the bloody tier set. Had they got rid of Shadow Form extension with Void Bolt or something? I think they got rid of Void Bolt, if I'm not mistaken. I will check out Shadow. Is there an option to enable the energy bar of our class in the cooldown manager settings? Yes. So if you go to personal resource display, you can have it there. There's no text on it at the moment, so it doesn't tell you how much you've spent. But it does track what, does track it. Right, let me check out Ellie Shaman for you now, and then I can check out some Spriest if my Feral's not good again. If it's still bricked. I know a lot of people are desperate to see their spec, you know? I think it would be good if I can set up a day where I just do like a 12-hour stream where I literally just go through like every spec and just spend like 30 minutes on every single spec and just try and get through everything. Right, so what else? Ellie. Oh, dude, I can't check Blood Desperia. I'm so bad at it. I can't do it. You need more than 12 hours? Yeah, what's the math on that? That's 20 hours? Okay. Well, maybe I need like a week. Maybe I spend a week where I just go through every class. Dad. I won't check out Arcane right this second. I did check out Fire last night. Checked out Frost was really cool. I like Frost. You get permanent Ellie now. Frost. Yeah, I could start with every DPS spec, then go on to every tank and every healer. Yeah, that'd be nice. What am I in? I'm in Resto. Ooh. I really want to... Okay, I want to start with Enhance, actually, because Enhance is apparently changing up quite a bit. This might be the spec with the most buttons in the game, and it's kind of daunting, you know? Resto Shamans are in shambles. They removed, like, every single one of their abilities, haven't they? Probably overstepped a bit. Okay. I'm saying right now, I don't have any buttons. Hold on. Voltaic Blaze. Sundering, yeah. I've seen some people saying that they're really happy about the healing changes, which is good. I've seen some people less happy. I think... Okay, what exactly are the healing changes? Because they've removed a lot of defensive from a lot of specs. So what I would actually hope is that they do remove more of the defensives away from the player, and they put way more power into healers, so that healers decide who lives or dies. And then make mechanics actually designed in a way where it's not just random stupid-ass pot shots that target the same player 2 times, or like, you know... flipping sync up and just murder somebody, and actually make it more interesting in how damage is being dealt, and more like I've been learning healer for this last week. I've been playing I've been doing my King of the Jungle challenge where I'm getting every single druid spec to 3500 IO. In fact, let me show you a little bit. And Resto druid has been by far the most difficult one, and by far the most awkward to sort of figure out. Where I'm in this situation where it's like, that guy needs to use a defensive or he dies. I should let him die, and I should just be DPSing right now. But he's gonna die, flame me, he's gonna deplete, and then I've wasted my own time. So instead what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna overheal, and I'm gonna babysit people. And also, it's hard to just, like, track... the incoming damage. Somebody's like, I'm healing people with hots, which take time to heal somebody up, but I'm like, look, there's no unavoidable damage coming in for the next like 10 seconds. I can put a regrowth and a rejuve on you, and you will just top up over time, so I can leave you. Oh, but I can't, because the boss is, or the mob is going to randomly turn and shoot you for 70% of your HP, so I actually do need to permanently keep you topped, which as a hot spec is just really weird, because I'm using like 4 regrowths on a guy, when 1 should do it, and they should just have time to like heal up. It's really weird to heal right now. I don't know. Healers will have less CDs, and you choose what CDs you want for the given scenario. Okay, but like, is that's because you told me about that yesterday, but like that's it, right? There's not really much beyond that, right? Okay. Let me see. So what's... I don't want to play Totemic, dude. I don't want to flip and put down totems. Did they bake the tier set into this? I don't know what's good here. I didn't play Enhance this season because it just looked too complex, like too many buttons. I don't like playing Enhance. It feels like I said last night, it feels like working in a restaurant where you have 1,000 things to do. It's like Triage is what Enhance is, and I don't know that I want that in a gameplay. You know? Sure, I'll take more Mastery. I don't know if this is good. Didn't they get rid of Feral Spirits? Thank you for all the follows coming through, by the way, everyone. Thank you for chilling here. If you're here from Dark Mech or Foxy Faith, thank you for still hanging around. Yeah, I'll check it out, Dan. Yeah, sure. Thank you. Yeah, Efflo can be coupled with Life Bloom. I kind of like that. I kind of like that. So, yeah, this isn't too long. So, hello, healers of Azeroth. There are some significant changes coming to the pace and flow of healing in Midnight that we wanted to discuss and share our underlying philosophy and goals of these changes. In the War Within, healing is generally very fast-paced, and healing spells can rapidly shift your raid from a severely damaged state to nearly full health in a matter of seconds. It is stressful to react to rapidly changing health bars, and is very intimidating for newer healers to grasp what they should be doing at any moment. Healers have a large variety of high-power cooldowns they can rotate through to handle basically every major damage event they encounter. In Midnight, we have made some changes with the goal of slowing down the rate at which you can heal up a party or raid from a severely injured state. We want healing to require less pre-planning of knowing which cooldown to use at which precise moment. We want there to be less ramp-up of complicated ability sequences to get effective throughput for your healing spells. I like the sound of that. It's really weird because I'm not a healer main. So are you making these? Because you might be a healer main, and you go, dude, this is terrible. I love the way that healing currently is, or whatever. This is gonna make healing less fun for me. And then you have somebody like me who's not a healer main, but these changes probably would make me more likely to play healing. So are they trying to onboard more people to these roles by probably making, like, alienating some of the diehard sort of, like, healer player base? No, can't have you. It's hard to please everybody, I guess. Yeah, they have to accommodate this with raid boss design and everything. I really need to, in this interview today, I really need to go into, like, how the, like, you've just obliterated everybody's toolkits and everything. How the hell are you designing fights now? We know for a fact that they're putting an alpha boss in for testing, or they're putting a raid boss in for alpha testing very early into alpha. For that specific reason, they want to, like, test and show these things. I think they're going to copy a lot more of the Final Fantasy XIV raid design, and I really hope that they do, because they're the most insane bosses ever. How does skill expression factor into these changes, though? Let's find out. We don't see the results. I'll post it within the next couple days, probably like Friday night or something like that. I can technically post it whenever, but I think Friday will probably be a good day. Yeah. So talent choice notes. Several major healing cooldowns are now mutually exclusive in talent choices, such as Restoration Shaman choosing between Healing Tide Totem and Ascendance, or Disc Priest between Ultimate Penitence and Power Word Barrier. Short cooldowns. Okay, so you have to choose now, like, which kind of cooldown you want to take. That's cool. Short cooldowns. Iconic buttons like Prayer of Mending. I mean, okay, hold on. This does sound really good, because then you're actually making... Like, this is partly going to be the skill expression, is as a healer, understanding the encounter, understanding the dungeon, and the types of damage that are going to be had in that dungeon, and knowing, I really need, like, pulse damage, like, solutions to pulsing damage. So I need something that's going to be, like, healing ticks up on people. Like, yeah, I don't know, Healing Tide Totem is a good example, or Spirit Link, right? Or I need a cooldown that's going to be able to shield everybody from a really big hit. And that's more how this fight is designed, or this dungeon is designed. So I guess there's some skill expression in the choice you make prior to the encounter. Short cooldowns. Iconic buttons like Prayer of Mending, Wild Growth, or Healing Stream Totem still exist and should still be potent abilities on their own. Several modifiers to these types of abilities have been adjusted, baked in, or removed. Okay, we'd have to wait and see what that looks like. Consistency. Core healing spells like Chain Heal or Flash Heal. Okay. Flash Heal have significantly fewer temporary modifiers that greatly increase their power. We have increased the base throughput to maintain their effectiveness. Okay. We want time to react. We want to shift your focus away from rotating through several high power cooldowns to selecting the right spells for the right situations. There are a lot of changes across every healer specialization that we encourage you to read through and experiment with. We know we still have tuning to work on, and some Apex talents are still being drafted that will impact healer capabilities. The most useful feedback right now for us would be in these areas. What healing spells feel like they don't ever have a situation to be used in? That's got to come in more so to actually testing some of the combat, but yeah. Are there healing spells you still feel like you must have a bunch of specific criteria met to effectively use the spell? How does the pace of healing feel in Midnight compared to your experiences in the War Within? Are there situations that feel like they are not reasonably able to be healed with the changes in Midnight? Please list specific boss encounters or abilities where possible. How does PvP healing feel with these changes? Okay. I guess they're going to have to stagger how damage is incoming with these changes, you know? Isn't Final Fantasy bleeding players after homogenizing job design, though? There's a few factors to FF right now. The story of the expansion wasn't fantastic. No new ultimate was released in the current patch. So a lot of people sort of drop off because there's no point doing re-clears if they don't need the gear for the upcoming ultimate. So there's multiple factors I think that goes into something like that. I wouldn't say that they're... I've not seen so much feedback on them bleeding players because of class design. But I think FF's very funny where the high-end players will the way you have skill expression in FF players, it's really hard to log well in FF because you have these people who are doing every single ability is planned out to the second for a boss kill, and they're doing absolutely everything they can to min-max their uptime. So there's quite a lot of movement and moving around the room and stuff like that, and sometimes you have to dip in and out of boss range. Now you have longer globals in FF, so you can dip out of range of a boss and you don't lose that much because you have 2 seconds to get a global in. Or well, where a global is on CD. In WoW, it's faster paced global, so that would be less of a design feature. But yeah, I don't know. I couldn't sit here and say FF is bleeding players because of job design. What I am saying is that the more simple your classes are, the more mechanically intense you can make your boss encounters. They've got to get it right. They absolutely do, Dan. I mean, they're taking on a monumental task. Alright, so what does my Apex do? Each Maelstrom weapon spent has a 2% chance to cause your next Crash Lightning to ignore its cooldown. The weapon enhancement effect of Crash Lightning may now overlap. Maelstrom weapon spending abilities deal 8% increased damage. Weapon imbuements deal 10% increased damage. I found every single Apex ability is just a passive thing, and then the middle row is a 2-point node that just causes you to do more damage passively, and then there'll be a little twist on the thing at the end, I guess. Crash Lightning electrocutes the area struck, dealing 50% of its damage 2 additional times over 2 seconds, and its weapon enhancement effect now increases auto attack speed by 15%. Okay, I want to grab that. I'm going to drop Sundry. I'm going to grab this bad boy. Can I get rid of that? And then... yeah, forget about that. Do I have Crash Lightning here? Yeah, got Crash Lightning. Is there anything Crash Lightning based that I can take? I've got them all, baby. I don't know if I'm still supposed to be going hot hands or not. Do you still go right and left side of the tree, or do you just go all left or all right? Do you think the simplification and removal of various add-ons is related at all to the future console gaming in a while? Yeah, definitely. I think so. I mean, it's no secret that they've been acquired. Blizzard's been acquired by Microsoft, and how are Microsoft gonna recoup that $70 billion? probably gonna try and get WoW on console, you know? Good physical and elementalist build. Yeah, I don't know. Are there any enhancer gamers that can... I've not played this spec in a little while. I just want to see me just slam in some flipping... Wait, do I have Flame Shock? Oh, I don't have Flame Shock. But it's still... Lava Lash will spread your Flame Shock. Does it come from Voltaic Blaze? Instantly shocks the target with 5 enemies. Applying Flame Shock and dealing damage always critically strikes. Okay. Yeah, okay. So... if I use that, big... Crash Lightning. Oh, that's a cool visual, and it's gonna, like, keep doing damage. Oh, I need to put on weapons, like... Silly me. You can only have one at a time. They're gonna have Wind Fury or Flame Tongue. Where are all the buttons? They're gone. I mean, I don't even have Lava Lash. I have a shield on? Why have I got a shield? Oh, it's flipping... Yeah, good call. Sorry, I think I'm drunk today or something. I'm also using an intellect weapon. Not that damage matters right now, but... there we go. I am missing 4 talent points, true. But I'm just thinking, like, where are more active abilities? Passive. I mean, Thundering is one more active, but isn't that more so a... kind of more of a flippin' damage ability? Sorry, a, CC ability? No more Elemental Blast? Doesn't look like it. Right, so Sundering... Okay, so Sundering, if you take that, it gives you 15% haste for 12 seconds, generates 5 Maelstrom weapons, and then Sundering transforms into a single-use Primordial Storm for 15 seconds after it is cast. Are you blowing your nose? Can't hear me. Bro, I can hear that through my headphones. Disgusting. Okay. Sundering transforms into a single-use Primordial Storm for 15 seconds after it is cast. Devastate nearby enemies with the Primordial Storm, dealing 800 Flame Strike, 800 Frost Strike, 800 Storm Strike damage, and unleashing a Lightning Bolt or a Chain Lightning at 150% effectiveness. That sounds pretty sick. Also, your wolves are gone now. Like, they've just been pacified. So they're just baked into, like, you summon them, but it's like baked in. You can grab Ascendance there, or Deeply Rooted Elements. They've really stripped... Yeah, they've fully stripped Enhance back. Yeah, you don't have Ice Fury. You don't have Elemental Blast. You do have Lava Lash. Yep, that's my bad. So I do have Lava Lash. That's still there. I can technically grab Sundering. Were you just blowing your nose a second ago? That was full on. I could hear it through my headphones. I could hear it through the Eversong Woods. Music.
What come out?
Gross.
Horrible.
Women nasty.
I know. But now I feel so...
Feel free.
I feel like I've lost weight.
You lost weight? Nice. Do you feel like somebody who wants to get their lovely boyfriend a hot beverage?
Yeah, like I can. You think I just come in here for fun?
Chat, I'm flipping up good. I'm getting a free hot drink. I don't even have to make it myself. Are you kidding me? What a trade deal. Do I need to give you anything?
Smell like rhubarb?
Smells like snot. Anyone else want a hot drink? DQ's sending it. Anybody need anything? What do you think about the simplification of specs in World of Warcraft going into Midnight?
I think it's bad.
You think it's bad? Why do you think it's bad?
Because I think that the player should
Because you think the player should get the choice. Damn, you do listen to me. Holy shit. Okay, what spec do you think is struggling the most right now? Feral? Okay. Do you know any other spec?
No, I get confused with both of them.
Both of them? There's 40.
No, I mean, it's class and...
There's a class and a spec, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, name a class or a spec. What class do you think is...
A night elf.
A night elf. That's... Yeah, night elves are struggling right now because the Harony are coming in, and that's going to blow the whole class thing out of the...
Cup, bitch?
Where's my cup? My cup is... down the stairs.
I didn't even need to come in here and you just trapped me with your game talk.
What is what do you think about the 3 boss raid tier and the 3 different raid tiers that we're going to be getting at the release of Midnight? How do you think it's going to affect the Race Toward First scene?
What is it comparative?
Well, normally we just get 1 tier of 8 bosses. Now we're getting a 1 boss, 2 bosses, and then a separate 6 boss.
Are they dragging it out to make more money?
Are they dragging it out to make more money? That's an interesting question, DQ.
Mm-hmm.
Holy
You
moly.
think I'm just a pretty face?
I think you're a hot piece of ass is what I think you are.
I think that I should be an investigative journalist.
Try showing chat your cheeks and see if I get more subs.
No, which ones? These ones? Which ones?
No, the other ones.
No.
Yeah, most of my chat are gay anyway. Don't worry about it. Hold on, I'll show my cheeks.
Oh, you're very excitable this afternoon, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm feeling
What
good.
drink do you want? Let me leave.
Can I have either the coffee that's in the pot or a tea, please?
If you can have the coffee in the pot, then
No, I think it's warm. I put it on a little timer.
I want it to be black coffee.
Yeah, black coffee's fine. No sugar, please.
Or what?
Or tea.
Or which?
I'll have the coffee. The coffee needs to go. Thanks, hon. Thanks, hon.
That's the easiest drink.
Yep. Appreciate it. Holy shit, guys. She might be onto something, though. They come out around the same time, though. Not the exact same time. Tell her you like her bow? DQ. 3rd favorite child. I feel like they're going to be the 1st favorite child now after that comment. That's a clip I'll save for later. Wait, my cheeks? Hold on a second. Okay. What were we saying, chat? Sorry, side quick question. With Brutal Slash gone, how can I generate combo points efficiently? Swipe. Wow. That's so adorable. You haven't lived in a world... That's like when you show like a Gen Z a VHS tape and they're just like... Sly, what do I do if I can't Brutal Slash? You swipe. Let's swipe. No, yeah, swipe is back. Swipe is back in the mix. Big. What else? What else are we saying? Right, so let me see. I think we're good. So I'm flipping, doing some of this, doing some of that. I got 2 Storm Strike charges. I just don't have enough. I don't have any procs. Oh, thanks so much.
You be okay with that.
You just blew your nose and then put your finger in my coffee.
Well, no, I'm not a
Am I
tramp.
okay with that?
I'm not a tramp.
It's not like hot, but it'll do.
That's what I mean. Would you want me to get you a tea?
Would you heat it up for me, please?
No, because tell them what I have to do if I have to heat it up.
You have to put it in a pan.
Like a fucking
18th
woman.
century woman.
Yeah.
That's not so bad.
Can I just make you a tea?
I'll have a tea, please.
Do you want to down some of that so it's got coffee?
What do you think about Enhance? How do you think about this visually? What do you think?
In what? In where?
Enhance.
Oh, in.
You've asked me about enhancing a couple times, and I say I can't. There's no more.
Enhancing yourself. Is that what you mean?
You said it. I didn't.
Looks pretty. Right.
Looks kind of cool. I summon a wolf. Look, I'll try and summon the wolf. I don't know how I summon the wolf.
Are you practicing?
I am practicing. Yeah. What I'm doing is I'm playing these for chat, and then they get to see because not everybody has alpha because they're 18th century peasants. So I'm playing the different classes for them. I'm playing Night Elf next. So I'm playing the different things for them, and then they get to see if they're living in despair for the next 6 months or if they're happy.
That's cool content. You guys should carry on watching.
And they should like and subscribe, shouldn't they?
Facts.
Facts. Alright. I'll have a tea, please. That was terrible. My tummy hurts now. Thanks, hun.
Sugar in your tea?
No, small one. Small one, please. Comments are better for the algorithm. Oh, did you see something? Like, Twitch is... If you're lurking now, Twitch doesn't count you as a viewer? That can't be true. I don't think that's true. How do I summon my wolf? Where is my wolf, man? I mean, guys, this is pretty, I think they've peeled back a bit too much on Enhance. It just feels weird, like, they need to, like, increase the global cooldown or something. Like, I don't think I mind so much about only having 2 abilities, but I feel like I'm watching paint dry, because it's just so, like, I mean, I know I'm only level 80. There's probably going to be more Maelstrom generating talents, and, you know, obviously I'm not running like this Sundering. I have super low... Obviously, Enhance is like every single ability is hasted, so we do have to keep that in mind. I'm in level 80 gear. My haste is 12%. What would you play on live? Like, how much haste would you have on live for this? Descendant spawning the wolf? Yeah, you're right, actually. Yep. Oh, yeah, not counting lurkers is really bad for Twitch as a business, and it's really bad for streamers. Lurkers are the flipping backbone. 90% of people don't talk in Twitch chat, they just watch, so it's really weird that they flipping... Yeah. Yeah, there is a lot of downtime, but again, I'm not level 90, so... I've got, like, mega low haste, you know? I have tested Survival Hunter. It sucks. It blows, dude. So normally on live, you'd have 25% plus haste. So you'd have double the haste. And obviously, yeah, we'd have more talents and stuff. If your main spec and you're concerned, well, share that concern. Hang on to that concern. Give feedback on that concern. I am all for, guys, I'm making a feedback sheet for, like, Feral and, you know, all the specs that I'm going to be playing. But if you have things that you want to give feedback on, I will write them down. I'll try and submit them. I'll try and give the devs like a doc, because I can post and be like, hey, here's all the feedback I have. And, you know, so if you guys have stuff, I will do my best. I can't guarantee it'll bring change, but I can try. If enough people complain, they'll revert the pruning changes. I don't think that they will, but I think that they will reduce the level to which they've pruned, you know? Like, maybe they'll unprune a bit. I don't think they're going to completely reverse, you know? No, feedback for anything. If you guys have some feedback for other specs, let me know, and I'll stack it up. I'm gonna try and build it up, you know? Can I try Sprees? I'm going to very soon. Very, very soon. So that's kind of Enhance then. Feral, right now, Feral and Unholy look really good. Like, when I say Feral looks really good, I mean compared to what's happened to everything else. Like, if we just look at Enhance really quick, right? And then let me just log on to Feral really quick and show you the comparison with, like, what Feral gets to do. Nah, I'll check Ellie right now. How do I like the Feral changes? Some good, some I'm not, like... I need to wait and see. I need to sort of, like... I don't want to give a full-on opinion before I've really properly seen everything. But, in general, like, Feral does not exist in a vacuum. So, compared to how a lot of other specs are looking, I am very... Hold on, do I want to leave? Yes, I want to leave. So compared to what all of the other specs have had done to them, I actually think Feral is in a very solid spot. They've removed some things, but then they've added new things to replace those things. So let me show you really quick, just on a target dummy. So that was Enhance. Look at Feral comparatively, okay? Feral is known as well for being a slow spec. So just... I summon all my little cats. Can go into my Convoke window. I've got my snapshots. I can like rake spread a bunch. Okay, now I'm pooling a bit, but I get a new ability that can only be used when I'm low energy. Like, obviously I'm not max level, so Feral's struggling right now with like just energy issues, which is normal. But like, I can be rake spreading. The UI thing is being annoying. I can be rake spreading. I have like all of my core toolkit. That's not gone. So like, I'm actually retaining quite a bit as Feral. No Chomp? I do have Chomp. I do have Chomp. You just have to be low. Look, there it is. I've just used it. It's here on my bars. And then I have this AoE Feral Frenzy. The coolest thing with Feral is this. Look, when I bite, it has a 75% chance to strike another mob. So watch. Just watch these mobs in the distance. Yeah, look. See that? I mean, this would never happen in Mythic Plus, but like, look, there's just a mob over there. Just gets chomped. Swipe is still 35, Thrash is still 40. So all the energy costs are unaffected. But yeah, Feral's actually retaining a lot of its flipping stuff, you know? You compare that to, like, Enhanced, Survival, what are some other things that I've looked at that have, like, lost quite a bit? I don't know, you compare it to those things, and Feral's actually holding on to quite a bit. So, I can't... When you ask me how is Feral... I have to compare it to the wider game, in which case, pretty good. But things haven't really improved for Feral. Like, things haven't... We've merely retained quite a bit. Nothing's really gained. We haven't explored new avenues of Feral, if you will. Can we get some Sand Lane? I will try and do that very soon as well. Let me try Elemental, because I have been promising this for a while. I'll try Ellie, then I'll go Spriest. Then I'll go... Maybe I'll put up a little note so people can track. So, let me do... Ellie, Spriest, Unholy, DK. You guys got anything else? You can pick more active? Well, there was only one more ability, wasn't there? Sundering. What else can I pick? I looked at everything. Everything else was passive. The Blight Burst in Unholy, you're constantly reapplying. Right. Don't want to constantly be reapplying bleeds. Yeah, maybe they need to look at that, yeah. Windwalker, I've already done. I literally did like 10 minutes ago. You can maybe check the VOD if you want. It was only a quick look, but I'm just trying to give everyone just a quick look so they can at least get some frame of reference. My first quick opinion about it? About what, sorry? Feral? Incarnation Bleed... What, Feral... Frenzy Band being removed? I'm not too bothered. If they tune the rest of our... I mean, it was a passive thing. If they tune the rest of our damage, cool. What'd you bring? Oh, yes, boys. We got a mini roll. Just one? The size of my thumb. Have you actually got another one? Were you gonna have one?
Yeah, but I've got my biscuits.
Hey, biscuits? There's still more left, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Were you keeping it warm in your bra for me?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. What? So I had... What did I have? You put your snotty fingers in my tea, and now I got titty rolls.
Is there anywhere else you'd want to be?
Nowhere else I'd rather be. Thanks, hun. Chat, we're up good. This country used to be great. Yeah, now it's a blue rapper. What's going on? Wokey left. That's what's happening. This is only Ferals. It's not actually. We've got a lot of other classes in here as well today. I have done balance, but I can do it again today. You can check it out a bit. We slot some things up there for you. But yeah, the Berserk Frenzy thing, I don't really care too much about it going. Like, the way I see Feral is I would rather have impactful bleeds, things that I'm actually managing. Passive bleeds don't really interest me too much. Talent is still forming in the Maelstrom. Check back later. Okay. I don't know if there's anything here that I specifically really care about with Ellie. Spirit Walker's Grace is nice, obviously. Oh. I actually really dislike toes on Shaman. Oh, I probably want Chain Lightning and Frost. Oh, I can grab Frostrock over here. Okay. Yeah, I probably want that. Increase the cooldown of Frost Shock by 15 seconds, but Frost Shock now freezes the target in place. Targets get snared. Okay. You better sub. Yeah. Subs. The more subs I get voting for a spec, the quicker I'll test it. How does that? That's a genius business idea. Good job, Shrooms. Yeah. So Frost Shock. Yeah, maybe more of a movement global. So there's Lava Burst, obviously. Okay. And then Farseer or Stormbringer? I think Farseer is used in Mythic. Farseer is used in Raid. Stormbringer is used in Mythic Plus, right? I don't know which side I want here. If you guys think I'm making a bad decision, just tell me and I can adjust things. I don't really know how I want to build Ellie here. I do play a little bit of Ellie on live, but again, I'm at that point where I just sort of copy builds over and I haven't really processed why I would do certain things. Oh, casting Lava Burst increased damage or healing of your next nature, physical, or frost spell. Maybe that's good for AoE. I probably want my little elementals. I don't know, actually. You don't have an Apex talent yet for this. Okay. Oh, you're gonna get me demonetized, you son of a gun. There we go. Decisions in life? No, don't tell me about my bad decisions in life. Few talents that particularly improve quality of life for AoE and cleaving. Okay. I mean, do you guys have a suggestion on some of the talents I should go? Like, am I still going elementals? I would imagine so, right? Do I care about reduction? This is a cooldown of Stormkeeper. I don't know how much that would So it becomes 45 seconds. Does that line up better? Because where's my elemental? 2 minutes. I mean, it lines up perfectly right now. Why would I want to change that? Can I get a 1 minute 30 elemental? Maybe. Must be. But I think right now in Mythic Plus, you don't run the Ellie build. There's like the elemental summons. You run that in Raid. Oh, you do still have Ice Fury. Wait. Wait, do you? This just says, after casting Ice Fury, the next time you cast a damaging nature fire spell, yada yada yada, but Ice Fury is not there. Ice Fury replaces Frost Shock, though, doesn't it? Yeah, I think they're going to try and bring this game to console. Yep. Yep. I think everyone's kind of feeling that that might be the case. There will be alpha invites going out today, actually. They will be putting servers down soon. Like at some point, and then getting ready for the proper release. Because we're all on like the internal build right now. I think, well, Frost Shock is in the class tree. So I think I was just silly. I just don't think I selected it for... I didn't think to look in the class tree. Just my silliness. Fear Shield with Elemental Lightning. Oh, interesting. And call down lightning strikes on my target. Ah, so I either go... So I can go, like, different weapon enchants. I guess I'll grab... Flame Drop... Shock damage has a chance to generate Maelstrom. Maybe that's good. Casting Lava Burst has a chance to cause your next Lightning Bolt, Chain Lightning to Overload. Damage is dealt by Elemental Overload, sure. All elemental damage increased by an additional 2%. How much, like, okay, this is the thing. Blizzard has simplified the specs. I never really feel like rotationally that's where a lot of the challenge comes in for a lot of specs. I feel understanding how to build is the complexity. Like, I'm looking at all of these talents and I don't know what my best options are. And I don't know how they would do that. Like, I guess you kind of just leave it up to the player to decide, but I guess that's the daunting thing, right? I'll check what happens if you run Frost Shock in Enhance in a sec, after I'm done with this. All elemental damage increase, sure. All elemental damage increased by an additional 2%. Increase the chance of Thunder Strikes to occur. Oh, yeah. Cool. I mean, actually, maybe I want to do that. Get them Thunder Strikes. So I need to spend 3 more talents, yeah? Increases maximum Maelstrom. Increases Urshock, Elemental Blast, and Earthquake damage. Yeah, sure. And then... do I want... I don't know if I want Ellie's. I'm going to assume that I maybe just don't. I guess I'll grab Ascendance. Cooldown of Ascendance reduced. Maybe because I'm low haste right now, I'll grab the haste thing. Reduce the Maelstrom cost of Urshock and Earthquake by 5. Reduce the Maelstrom cost of Elemental Blast by 10. Sounds kind of handy. Urshock, Elemental Blast, and Earthquake make your target a Lightning Rod. Oh yeah, Lightning Rod's supposed to be really good, huh? Increase duration of Lightning Rod by 4 seconds, damage bonus by 25%. After casting Urshock, your next Earthquake deals 120%. Yeah. Urshock, Elemental Blast, and Earthquake can trigger your mastery at 50% effectiveness. Sure, that sounds good. Looks like there's a lot of talents that they're still trying to figure out. There's 1, 2, 3. And then over here, they've got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so there's like 3 spec, 3 class. They're trying to figure out... each Maelstrom spent has a 0.12% chance to activate Ascendance. Yeah, that's worth doing. I know that's good on live. Restoration of Flame Shock damage increase. Maybe. So this one seems like the Cleavy one, where like your main target's going to get some extra damage taken. Oh, maybe I want Voltaic Blaze, because that's going to help spread Flame Shock, huh? Yeah, 5 enemies are going to get hit with that bad boy. So then what does this do? Voltaic Blaze unleashes a volcanic rage, causing your next lava burst to hit all Flame Shock targeted at 80% effectiveness. Ooh. Ooh, that sounds kind of nice. Can I grab that instead of maybe... oh, I don't know what to get rid of, actually. Can I get rid of that? No. Can I get rid of... I guess for now, just for the sake of testing, like, extra Earthquake damage is going to kind of be what... like, I'm not going to really even notice that. Yeah, Erupting Lava and Inferno Arc. So that, yeah, that jumped out at me as what you might have been talking about. And then this as well. Increases the duration of Flame Shock by 6 seconds and it's damaged by 50%. Lava Burst consumes up to 3 seconds of Flame Shock, dealing the consumed damage at 250% effectiveness. So basically, if you're like prio Lava Bursting a main target, then you're going to be getting extra damage. They're very much leaning into more damage around... they're leaning into more damage around, like, Cleave and Funnel, you know? Seems to be the way. So I have Thunderstrike Ward, which is an instant. Imbue your shield with the element of lightning for 1 hour, giving Lightning Bolt, Tempest, and Chain Lightning a chance to call down 2 Thunderstrikes. Cool. Big. And then I can also put that on. That's a shield buff, and then I will have a weapon as well, right? Do I have elemental... Do I not have it? You don't have a weapon enchant. Am I blind? Ellie didn't use it anyway? Oh, okay. That's fine then. Right, let's see how we go. So, I guess I would start... So, you don't have Flame Shock anymore. You just have Voltaic Blaze. So, I guess I would start with, like... Is there a cast time on that? Instant. So, start with a... Oh, wait. No, I want to Overload first. Or Stormkeeper first, sorry. Then, as that's traveling, blast that. Ascendance. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Yo, what the hell? Oh, my God. What the hell was that? Dude, that's sick as hell. Oh my god. That was cool as hell. Dude. You don't... I'm glad Elemental Blast is gone. I didn't enjoy having to, like, constantly do that. Dude, that looked insane. I don't even know what was causing it. I need to go and research. So it was like... It's Lava Burst is sometimes smashing different enemies. Earthshock is boring. Like Ellie Blast. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I'm just saying for me personally. But I was just playing it poorly. Like, I think if I just played it right, then I wouldn't dislike it. So Ellie doesn't seem too bad. Obviously, this is low haste and everything. Dude, those Lava Bursts are sick, man. The fact that you can be Lava Bursting in AoE now and it feels like value there. Big lightnings. Dude. Alright, should I lust it? Obviously, I'm not doing the overload thing. Oh my god. Look at that. I'm over capping. Oh my god. Holy shit. Ah, they're the one doing the lava burst things? Okay. Right, so when I do Voltaic Blast or Blaze or whatever, then that's when it's like... Okay. That's cool. Now this is going to set up my next... Yeah, next Lava Blast hits all Flame Shock targets. Sick. So if you're like spreading it in AoE and spreading it in AoE... If I blast those dudes... Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's gone. Uh-huh. It's kind of hard to maintain on tons of target, like Flame Shock on tons of targets, right? I mean, it hits up to 5. So you can have at one point, I think you'll at max have like, you'll have this overlap period where you'll have like 10 Flame Shocks running. Like I've got this set of 8, right? And then I can set this new one. So there's this small period here where I'm going to have a few seconds where it's going to overlap. And then I lose it. Okay. That's cool. Right, I want to lust again, but I need to wait. Oh my god, dude. Oh, that's so good. That looks gnarly. Is no one playing Ellie on, I mean, Petco must be. Huge. Yeah, I like Ellie. Ellie seems cool. Obviously, I'm not playing the talent where I'm alternating between Shock and Quake, Shock, Quake. I can do it just for muscle memory, but... I guess there is a pandemic on the Flame Shocks. Yeah, that's neat. Alright, let me go check out Shadow. I gotta hustle now, because I gotta get ready for this interview, and I want to do a couple delves. New frames? I like them. They still need a bit of work, but I do like them. I am a new frame enjoyer. Imagine that with more mastery. How does the mastery work for Ellie? Dude, that was pretty cool. What do you guys think of Ellie then? Like that, I mean, that looked pretty neat. All right, let me... Looks great. Look pretty cool. Look pretty cool. Oh, dude, I get the tentacle flipping wiener slam. Let's go. Do I even care about Vampiric Touch? I don't think I ever use it, like, manually. Vampiric Embrace, whatever. Yeah, okay. So that's your baseline. Now let's look at, yeah, Archon. Then again, I don't have the tier set anymore. I kind of like Void Weaver. If we don't have the tier set, then I'm just going to play this. Summon a Shadow Fiend for 5 seconds when damaging targets below 20%. I mean, that's not even going to work right now. I want probably the extension. Void Torrent can be used while moving. Yeah, I like that one. I think that's the best one anyway. Madness equals devouring play. Oh, Shadow Word Madness. Oh, this is different. Do I make it Madness, or does it just it's they've renamed it? A word of madness haunts the target's mind, dealing 1,300 shadow damage instantly, plus an additional 4,500 shadow damage over 6 seconds when reapplied to a target or... Yeah, so it's the same thing. Why have they renamed it? Maybe they've removed it and given that name to the new Devourer spec, huh? Some of the casters are looking alright, you know? Right, I've heard I'm playing way more into apparitions now. Mind Flay damage increased by 60%, and it's like, cool, extra generation, increased Shadow Word Madness damage, sure. Void Form, increased damage of Mind Flay, duration of just Shadow Word, Pain. So, I don't know how much Mind Flay I care about in, like, AoE. Maybe I will. Let me just see what some of this stuff does. Shadow Word Pain, periodic damage has a chance to reset the remaining cooldown of Mind Blast. Cause your next Mind Blast to be instant. Increase Shadow Word Madness damage by 6%, increase your maximum insanity. Do we not get, Yeah, there we go. Right, so Tentacle Slam is your... Oh... You guys know what it is. What's it called? The AoE... The AoE one. Shadow Crash, yeah, okay. So now instead of Shadow Crash, you have Shadow Wiener. They removed Dispersion. No, it does definitely still exist. It definitely does still exist because I was watching Mike's video and he used it in that. It definitely still exists. It's probably just base. Yeah, it's baseline. It's baseline. Dude, this is the hentai spell. Yeah. It just, you slam a magical wiener. So, Vampiric Touch deals 20% additional damage, has a chance to regenerate or generate 1 insanity each time it deals damage. Increase the chance for Shadowy Insight to occur. I don't know which one of these are good. I probably want Mind Flay. Summon minions last 20% longer and deal an additional 15% damage. Sounds pretty good. Oh, what does my thing do? Void Apparitions. So this is your Apex talent. When an effect from an idol is activated, conjure Shadowy Apparitions. Oh. Shadowy Apparitions have a 15% chance to spawn as void apparitions that release a void bolt at their target. Ah, so this is where void bolt's going. Sends a bolt of pure void energy at your target. Tentacle Slam has a 100% chance to activate an effect from one of your idols. Ooh. So just kind of a game of get as many idols as you can, or do you only get the idols that you care about? I'm going to go everything apparition. Oh, look at that. Nice little L. I'm playing the Shadow L build. So increase crit chance and damage. Deal 100% damage to targets affected by your Shadow Word Penis. Oh, wait. No, Shadow Word Madness. That's fine. Okay. Void Form generates 60 Insanity. Increases spell damage by 5%. Sure, because I think I can extend that for a while. Increase the damage. Yeah, sure. I'm fine with Shadow right now. So, like, okay, what is your guys' biggest issue with Shadow right now in retail? For me, it is having too much resource. I'm sitting there on 4 Mind Flays, 2 Mind Blasts. I got Void Bolt that needs to be, like, that's coming up off CD. And I have 100% Insanity, and my Devouring Plague is at, like, 6 seconds. And it's like, I don't actually need to do, like, I mean, I need to do everything right now. I'm having too much Insanity gain, and Devouring Plague doesn't, like, sort of last long enough. It's just, like, I'm just sitting there. Oh, yeah, and then you have Halo. And I'm like, I can't spend quick enough. It's like really, you can't get it out. You can't get it out the door quick enough, you know? Have you seen Rogues? I haven't yet, Paulsy. And appreciate that, dude. Thank you. I haven't seen Rogues yet. I will check them out at some point. I'm going to, like, check everything. Whatever, dude. I'll just grab that. Okay, now I can grab my Apex Talents, which right now is going to just remove 4 from the pool of what I have available. So Shadowy Apparition stuff. So Shadow Word Pain damage has a chance to create shadowy apparitions that float towards all your targets, afflicted by a vampiric touch. And then after countering Shadow Apparitions, gain a stack of Idol. You summon a thing from beyond that casts Void Spike. Okay. So now I care about Shadow Word Pain. Let's type in pain. Because now, the more pain I can get... Okay. So I'm gonna increase... Oh, when they suffer damage from Mind Flay. Increase chance, crit chance, blah, 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 blah. Don't care too much about that. While you have Shadow Word Pain on the same target, Mind Blast and Void Volley deal 30% more damage. Okay. Void... what do I get? Void Volley. Void Volley. Here? Bombard your target with Void Volley. Twist your Shadow Form with Void Magic, increasing your spell damage by 10% for 20 seconds. Void Form is replaced with Void Volley while this effect is active. Releases a volley of pure Void energy, firing 10 bolts at your target and 1 bolt at all enemies within 10 yards of your target. Ooh. Alright, let's go flip in. Check some of this shit out. What do I even care about here? Whatever. Whatever. Sure, I'll grab that. Ace, increased duration of a thing. Do I care about... Is there any power over here? Give me all the power. Didn't they lose 20 buttons? I don't know. Void Bolt not extend dots? I don't know. Let's go find out on a target dummy. Let's go see what we got going on. Increase damage of Mind Flay. Increase the range of spells. I just think it's, like, very funny looking at stuff with WoW, where, like, increases the range of most spells by 15%. And you just gotta think, like, why are you, like, really micromanaging people's flippin' play, you know? Wait, Void Torrent just doesn't exist anymore? Wait, so I can't use this talent? Increase mirror image? Oh, yeah, sure. Oh. So wait, this hero talent is just not working then? Alright. Well, still some things. TBD for Shadow. Right, okay. TBD, don't know. You Shadow? Yeah, don't know. Not sure yet. Funny. Guess, yeah, they'll just make it proc off something else. They probably just haven't coded it yet. Let's check out this little bugger, then. Right, so... What do we got? Right, we got Big Tentacle. Oh yeah, you want me to show Fade? Okay. Just summoned one, apparently. Oh, creates an illusion of you for 4 seconds. Okay, that's it. Yeah, I mean, it's just like a visual thing, right? Like, it's gonna drop aggro. You'll full drop aggro, right? So, like, the visual's not crazy on it, but it'll do its job. So I want Tentacle there. I guess that's all of my abilities. So weird, just like everything's gone, man. I think we are in the beginning. Well, not even the beginning. We are partway through WoW 2.0. This is WoW 2. I would be very surprised if things are tuned, Radio, where you don't take your Apex talents. They're going to be strong enough where you're going to take them, but... Because in theory, you could not take Apex talents, and then you could sink 4 more points into the rest of your tree. So... Yeah, maybe... Wait, hold on. Maybe this isn't WoW 2.0. Maybe this is WoW 0.5. Fantastic. Right, you guys want to see Shadow Wiener? I will Halo. I will cast my little lad. Void Wiener. Did you see it? Blink and you'll miss it. Oh, this looks kind of flippin' cool, though. I'm gonna Void Wiener these guys. Oh, wait, I missed. I clicked the frame, but it wasn't working. Yo, hold on. Some of that shit looks kind of sick. The Void Volley was dope. Oh, I should be flipping Mind Blasting. I mean, this rotation definitely seems more manageable. Also pretty simple. Obviously, you need a bunch of haste. Yeah, the Void Wing is full range. You don't have to get into melee. It looks like it hits quite wide as well, right? These nameplates are like not properly clickable. They need to fix some of this. It's not. Every class feels like it got lobotomized. That, yeah. Most of them do. I'd say Feral and Unholy are probably some of the only ones that don't feel that way. Yeah, I can show raid loot. Is there anything else you guys want to see with Shadow? I mean, that's kind of the... Right now, obviously, we don't have tons of resources, so it's hard to, like, maintain, right? I'm, like... I mean, I'm 35% haste. Oh, no. I'm 6% haste. What's the range on Tentacle? 40-yard range. This is a big wiener. Holy shit. Ready? Check this wiener. Oh, okay, you don't even, like, see the visual. That's pretty sick, though. Look at that. Woo! That Void Volley is dope. See, this feels like this looks sick. Got speakers on? Dude, show Grandma this Void Wiener right now. Sorry, Grandma. Ah, I just barely missed another Void Volley. I prefer that Void Volley to Void Bolt. I'll tell you that right now. What's the Wiener target cap? So the Wiener target cap is 6. Prioritizing ones without Vampiric Touch. But you have 2 charges as normal. I think it's probably better than Shadow... Because Shadow Crush used to like, whee! And it would have like that sort of... that launch time and stuff. Whereas now, it's just flipping... boom, it hits. There's no, like, travel time. You know? Like, you just press it and it happens. But look how many apparitions I'm getting. Yeah, so you're just, like, doing mega apparitions. Does it hit outward? No, it, like, stops at the target. So you want to target the furthest mob back. So, like, if I target this, right, it's not going to hit the one at the back there, I don't think. I mean, it might have a massive splash, but... yeah, see? So it manages to hit the one there, behind it, but that one, it's like 10 yards away, it misses. And if I, like, aim it... I mean, do you aim it a bit? Nah, so it's just gonna... So the visual is that it makes it seem like it's in a line, but basically it's just splashing around the target. It must just have sort of a... they've changed the animation, but I think it's the same... it's basically Void Crash, it's just a different animation. Shadow and Midnight, I'm not clicking that, because I know it's going to get me flipping... banned on Twitch. Yeah, it's basically a circle around the target. The visual just makes it seem like it's like some big line. But the target's just exploding around. Did you comment? No, not yet. Oh, dude. Wait, what's this? I don't think I've ever seen this movie.
Oh, no.
Ask me about my wiener!
Hell yeah.
Ask me about my wiener!
Schrader? Oh, hey, B.
Yeah, that's Shadow Priest. Get ready to ask people about their wieners, baby. Let's go. What did I miss? What else were you guys asking? How generous is the Void Wiener when it comes to spreading dots in it? Yeah, we got that answered. You want to see raid loot really quick? Okay, I'll show you raid loot really quick. So, I mean, I don't know how much we care about trinkets, because, like, bruh, trinkets always just... you have a chance to proc a thing that does damage, and you don't care about it, and it impacts nothing. At this point, I'd rather just flip and remove trinkets. Boring. Okay, so you've got this one. You know what they should do? They should make it so that only Mythic drops the really good trinkets. So if you do lower level content, you actually don't get the really good trinkets. That would be good. They should do that. So, I guess here's the raid loot. I'll do all classes. Few trinkets here from this. I won't spend too much time. I don't want to like go through every single little trinket because I'm going to be here for hours. But yeah, 279 item level. This guy drops a mount. Drops a tier curio, it looks like. Drops some weapons. So that's important. Like, you are going to be able to get weapons from these guys. 279, and then this is 282. Compare that to Voidspire, which is the 6th boss raid. Starts at 272, ends at 282. So this boss loot table is going to be equivalent to the 6th boss. So I would assume the difficulty will also be equivalent to the 6th boss. I'm just checking something. Okay. Oh, dude, I actually have a lot longer than I thought. I thought I needed to go in an hour. I go in 2 hours, so I'm actually good. All the raids are almost identical. Well, they've done a stat squish, so you know, 10 item level difference between this boss, the first boss, and the sixth boss will probably be pretty significant at that point, I guess. But what's interesting, this single boss raid drops your tier chest token. This raid does not have a tier token, like a chest token. And it doesn't look like this boss has a curio. So this is how Blizzard is trying to, I guess, keep these raids relevant so that you don't just completely go, oh, I've killed that one boss raid one time, I'm done with it now. If you want curios, you come here, so you can get, like, any tier. If you want chest piece, you come here, and then if you want the rest of your tier, you come here. That's probably a pretty smart decision, and I think it will be pretty cool if every week you're like, right, guys, we're raiding 3 nights this week. We're going to go in, smash the single boss. Then we're going to go, or like, we're going to go smash like 4 out of 6. Then we're going to go do flipping the single boss. Then we're going to go do like, you know what I mean? Like, we're going to hop around, or like, we're going to spend night 1 on the single boss and the 2 boss raid. Then the second night of the week or the third night of the week, we'll prog our 6 boss raid or whatever. I don't know how they're going to, I mean, I've got an interview today with the encounter designer and prey system designer. So I'm going to specifically be able to ask about raids, Mythic Plus, and Delves, and then Prey System. So I will hopefully be able to sort of like find out sort of how they're expecting people to interact with these raids and like how they're expecting people to tackle them. Do they expect people to do like have a lockout on the 5th boss and like, all right, we're progging the 5th boss of this raid, but we have these bosses on farm, so we're gonna like extend on the 5 boss on the 6 boss raid, and then we'll go and clear the single and the 2 boss raid, and then we'll go to our prog point. I don't know. Maybe this 2 boss raid is going to be like mega hard, and that is actually going to take longer to prog than the 6 boss raid. I would doubt it, but maybe. In terms of item level, like, golly. But it's kind of interesting. I'm a bit bummed that we're only getting 6 bosses though, because like you can go, oh, sorry, we've got 9 bosses now. Or you could go, sorry, we've got 3 raid tiers, and I can go, yeah, but it's only 1 boss more than we're currently getting, and this, the War Within had some of the lowest boss counts of, I think, probably of any expansion, right? 8 boss, 8 boss, 8 boss. That's the lowest count we've ever had across an expansion, I think. Have I killed Dimmy? No, we had a 4% wipe. We are killing it this Sunday, which is our first raid of the week. And we have lost a shit ton of world ranks, and it feels bad. And I'm sad. Downtime on farm. Well, I would hope that the single boss and 2 boss raids don't have any trash or much trash at all, so you can just jump in, smash them, and then, like, go on. The bosses have models. Oh, this one does. Oh. Okay. The Midnight Crystal, the Dusk Crystal, and the Dawn Crystal. And then Lura. I have, I don't know if you guys follow Red Shirt Guy on Twitter, but I know some boss spoilers. I'm not going to say anything, but if you guys are interested in spoilers of the raids, go look at Red Shirt Guy's Twitter. Dude, this guy looks gnarly, bro. Whoa, what the hell? Colossal Horror, Haunting Essence, Swarming Shade. What does this guy do? When Einhara was taken from her cradle, only pain and madness was left to shape the chaos of the rift. Like most manifestations, Chimeras never left the Dream Rift. It grew, feasting on the abandonment, as well as the smaller manifestations, until the undreamt god shaped itself into a being, agony, and rage. Now it must be stopped before it can share its pain with the world that made it. Stage 2, To the Skies. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Chimera sweeps across the platform. Interesting. Then we have a Void Spire. Oh, it's Osmosis Jones. Abyssal Gatekeep, Voidmaw, Sherwood. Okay, so this is just a mega AoE. Oh, okay, this is just going to be a mega AoE fight. Gotta be. Right? What's this dude? Yo, you gotta... He's twerking. Blister Creep and Vracious. But we don't have an overview for him yet. I actually don't really like that we get all this information. I really wish we could go into more raids just completely blind. I really wish. I know it's kind of by choice, like I could join a guild that blind raids, but nobody does that in WoW, so you're joining guilds that are like world rank 2000. Can't really do it. What does this guy look like? Fallen King Wait, what? Wait, he's back? We just got his ass. After turning on Xal'atath, the fallen King Saladar has been made a lab rat for the very Shadow God that he once commanded. Tortured, delirious, and over-infused with cosmic void, he awaits his death, or a chance to win his people's freedom from Xal'atath's grasp. Oh. Siphons power from the surrounding machinery, slowly increasing his energy over time. Upon reaching 100 energy, he is overwhelmed by the void and unleashes cosmic unraveling. Okay. Periodically, Sahadar will draw orbs of concentrated void from the machine towards him. When an orb of concentrated void reaches him, he performs a reckless infusion. Okay, so we're soaking balls. Belgor and Ezrak. Dragon siblings. Hell yeah, we're getting a dragon fight. Alright, that's going to be a good raid tier. Hell yeah. Light-blinded Vanguard. Oh, shit. Boys, okay, this is spoilers. Isn't this lady, like... Isn't she in the flippin' story? Each member of the Vanguard attempts to empower their allies with their aura upon reaching full power while unleashing their most devastating attacks. So I have seen some stuff about this light-blinded Vanguard. This person looks cool. Sen. Pretty dope. Sorry for any spoilers here, guys. Oh, sorry for any spoilers, you guys. Yeah. Well, it's too late for that, I guess. We might be dealing with Void Illyria. Well, whoopsies. Temp text here. Illyria Windrunner begins the fight held back by undying sentinels from the Void. She periodically strikes out at friend and foe alike with both Void effects. When each of the undying sentinels have been destroyed, Illyria crashes into the platform and creates a rift simulacrum to assault her enemies with. When the rift simulacrum is shattered, Illyria releases her full Void abilities upon all players. Yeah, no, I know. I know, but it's just like... Whoops! Damn. So yeah, I wonder if we'll actually kill her. Be kind of badass. You did miss me playing with Shadow Priest. Check this. Check this. Ready? Okay. Shit. I'm going, baby. Pew! Pew, 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 pew. I'm pumping. Another Void Wiener. Look at all my tentacles, man. Yes, I can. I can write it down. Void Volley doesn't extend Shadow Form. I do... Let me see. Void Form. So... You can. So, oh, well, casting Shadow Word Madness increases duration of Void Form. Void Form generates 16 to increase spell damage. So, okay, so you either go for extension or you go for, like, power of it. But it's Shadow Word Madness, so Devouring Plague. They renamed Devouring Plague to Shadow Word Madness. And then I think maybe there's some stuff... Huh. Wait, does the Void Weaver... What does the current Void Weaver tier set do? Because right now, this is interacting with Void Form. Like, this is trying to tell me this is Void Form related. So it could be that this is the current Void Weaver tier set. Which I don't know if that also causes an extension or not. I don't know. One of the bosses in the 2-boss raid is the thing from Legion that infused her with what? Okay. Yeah, go check out Red Shirt Guy's tweet. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. That's Shadow. What am I checking now? Unholy and then Balance. Yeah. So, okay, what do you want me to put about Unholy? That's like, you want me to put as feedback? I could put some stuff here. Like, I'll try and make a list to the best of my ability. Yes, Taze. Yes. Mm-hmm. So for Unholy, the ghoul exploding with Blight Burst consumes so much... Oh, yes. Blight Burst is consuming a heavy duration of the diseases. Creating a constant reapplication gameplay loop. Balance first, please. I'm going in order of how things have been requested, my friend. I've got it on screen. Yeah, it doesn't... Yeah, for sure. Okay. Have you tried it yet, Dan? Or are you going off another Unholy player that's been trying it? Look at Unholy right now, though. This thing's pretty sick. So, Unholy, you just summon a shit ton of ghouls, baby. Alright. Let's go. Wait, I want to summon my ghoul. Let's go, baby. Oh, they're on passive. Attack. Explode one. Ghouls. No, stop telling people to sub. They're gonna believe it. They're gonna think they're forced to sub, and then they're gonna go, that streamer sucks. But you can sub if you want to. Desperia's here. Okay. Okay. Epidemic is barely consuming any flippin' resource. Yeah, they're 0.5 globals. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's why they're not... Yeah, that's why it's, like, not consuming anything. Oh, I don't know. No, damage meter is not working, unfortunately. Summoning my ghouls is so fun. Right, so you want me to try Sanlin. I can't take everything here. Is there, like, a certain path? I mean, I guess we gotta take flipping the ghoul, huh? Putrefy buttons. You're gonna want a tracker to know when a ghoul is just about to die. Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I was talking about yesterday, where I was like, this is a bit weird. Because now you're gonna need a weak aura to track, like, when best to explode them. Oh, no, I'll just take these. Then I want to check out some of the disease stuff. Oh, let me see if you can actually... Can I track Zombify? Ooh. Zombify. So in terms of buffs... Right, there's not really too much that you can track here. It would be kind of like, I would take a buff timer that just shows me ghouls. Maybe just shows your lowest duration ghoul. Yeah. Tracking ghoul lengths. Maybe add to buff tracker on cooldown settings. Yeah, just pets as a whole. Okay. What's this disease build then? So the disease build is like on the right hand, no, left hand side. So let me just get rid of all this. I mean, I need to keep Army of the Dead, don't I? Let's say I get rid of Dark Transformation. And I grab all the diseases. I'm just going to assume I take everything on the left. Maybe I still want DT. Holy shit, that reanimation is dope. When you putrefy a lesser ghoul, it has a 100% chance to reanimate as a Magus of the Dead, who hurls frostbolts and shadow bolts at your foes 15 seconds. And Magus of the Dead deal 25% increased damage. That's pretty sick. So what's like the big button that I'm using to extend... Oh, I didn't even have flipping damage increase of ghouls. What's the big thing I'm using to extend? Yeah, Perma Magus. That's pretty dope. What's the big consuming ability? The disease enemies take 4% increased damage. Yep. Diseases deal damage in 75% of their duration. 15% more damage over time in 75% of their duration. Okay. It's kind of like a circle of life and death. The eruption effect of putrefy. So putrefy is vital regardless of which build you're going. Eruption putrefy consumes 6 seconds from your plagues on all enemies hit, dealing 100% of the damage they would deal over that time instantly. Okay. Right, so, do I have any new abilities? No. I think it is, maybe Scorch Strike in a talent. So let me see. So if I just flip in, do my outbreak and whatnot. Get a little putrefy going on. Oh god, yeah, outbreak just got absolutely demolished. Oh, but it gets extended by epidemic. Okay, so you're playing this constant game. Right. Yeah, there's been a stat squish. Uh-huh. Oh, they're on passive as well. I actually kind of like some of this simplifying of the WoW classes. Like, if you think about it this way, I am now going to be able to play my WoW class with one hand, and with the other hand, I can fill in job applications. Gonna be pretty good. What's cool is when you Scorch Festering Strike, you can see how many like Scorch Strikes that you, or like how many ads you have available to summon, you know? Pretty good. Oh, I've got 6 ghouls that are gonna come up. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I mean, I haven't really have to be like I've not really had to press Outbreak. Oh god, I gotta press it now. Wait, maybe I don't. Yeah, no, I don't even have to press it. Big. Yeah, amount of weak auras and stuff that needs to track all the procs went out of hand this season. Yeah. I think some of the simplification is good. Some of it's a bit too far, though, I think, maybe. Some of it's maybe a smidge too far. But in general, pretty good. Stat Squish looks weird. It's always gonna be a bit weird, gonna be a bit alien, but we'll get used to it pretty quick. This is like, what, our 3rd Stat Squish? We'll get used to it in like a day or two. The worst part about alpha for me is that then I don't want to go and play retail because I'm like, what's the point? All this new stuff is coming. I just want to do the new stuff. Just got back. Do you have anything that you want me to do on Unholy? Let me just go tinkle and then let me know if you need me to you can watch the VOD, I guess. I can check some stuff out though. Give me 1 minute. Type out anything you want. Alright, what up, Zoomers? Have you done balance? No, I'm about to do it. I'm just gonna really quickly check if just gonna give me two sec. I mean, yeah, maybe check the VOD Desperia. I did it like a couple seconds ago. If you just want to check the general pacing of things, I mean, I guess I can quickly show you some talent stuff, and then I'll jump on balance for you guys. Balance is actually really pretty cool. I've already played it, and I kind of like it. It's still very simple though. So some people might not. Yeah, again, people might not like that. Okay, really quick. So I'll show you real quick, and then I'll go back on. I'll go on balance. Anything with talents? So you've got. I don't know which one here is the new one, but you've got like vampiric speed on newly turned. You've got infliction of sorrow, unending misery. Which one of these is the new one? Oh, I think it's been DC'd. Yeah. Great. Nice. Smart. The Keeper of the Grove thing's kind of cool. They baked the tier set into Keeper of the Grove into the hero talent. So you summon the Dryad. But now it's like it's just a thing that happens when you is it when you eclipse or is it when you summon your trees, I think. Interviews when? Interviews in like an hour and a half, but it's not going to be streamed. I can't stream it, so it'll be released on my YouTube probably tomorrow night. Unfortunately, I did ask if I could stream it, but they said no. But yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I got a little bit more time before I got to jump off stream. Okay, so yeah, which one is the new row? So you got the Blood of Life. So I think it's this right-hand side, right? So Essence of the Blood Queen additionally increases your mastery by 0.2% per stack. Visceral Strength. When Sudden Doom is consumed, you gain 8% strength for 5 seconds. And then Vampiric Strike increases damage of your permanent ghoul by 20% for 8 seconds. Multiple applications may overlap. I think that must be new, but I could be wrong. One sec, sorry. This Dalaran music is loud as shit. What the hell? Alright, we're gonna put on some Westfall music, baby. We love Westfall in this household. Big. The middle right one is the new one? Oh, is it? But it's the Blood of Life one. Dark Transformation summons a Blood Beast. Oh, this one? Middle left? Oh, the far right, yeah. So the far right one is the... Oh, they didn't do it in a row. It's 3 new ones and they're all over. Okay. Right. Okay, so you got that, I guess. So Visceral, the other one about... Okay, so Thrill of Blood is new. And then this one's new, Transfusion. You get permanent ghoul damage increase. And then there must be, yeah, another one around. Incite Terror looks new to me, but I don't think it is. No, I don't think that's new. Wait, it must be. No, I don't know. Whatever. You got some stuff there. And then on the tree, okay, so this is a general flow. So if I'm, like, outbreaking, summoning my army and stuff. Oh, I need to flip and Scourge Strike. Probably don't want to Putrefy yet. Oh, all my dudes need to attack. Come on, boys. Putrefy there. Big explosion. So my dots are flipping. Like, I'm needing to outbreak quite a bit. This is something that Dan was saying, like, needs to change a bit. When your ghouls die, they, like, take your outbreak with you, with them. But this is the general pacing. I mean... Nothing really feels very quick right now. Everything feels a little bit slow. There you go. That's the general sort of thing. You've obviously seen the talents online, I guess. But I guess you're just playing around this Putrefy thing, which is like popping your ghouls. So no matter which build, you can go diseases or you can go skellies. If you go diseases, you're consuming your diseases with your ghouls to do more damage quicker from your diseases. And then if you're playing the ghouls, then you're just summoning more ghouls and exploding them and doing damage, like, because of that. Right, let me show you guys Boomkin. I know you guys have been patiently waiting. But yeah, Denson, it consumes too much. Yeah, Outbreak, it looks like you're applying way more often. Okay. So, I'm checking out a little bit of Keeper of the Grove here. So the way that... I'm going to assume that you guys know nothing about Boomy right now. So, Boomy, now, Eclipse has 2 charges. Or, well, has 1 charge, and I think you can get a second charge. It's a talent right here. Yeah. So, you can get a maximum of 2 charges of Eclipse. You press it whenever you want. It's a 30-second cooldown. You can kind of think of it like Tiger Fury, but you get 2 uses. In Con, you can still get 2 uses of, and it will put you in Eclipse. Then what else? They've rearranged some of the talent tree. They've added in some new things. They've got this talent, which is pretty cool. So this is pretty neat. So you can either get the extension of your Moonfire Sunfire via Starfall, or Starfall deals its damage 100% faster. So I think this talent's design is supposed to be for ads that are dying very quickly that aren't worth dotting, but it's worth Starfalling, maybe. Kind of sounds a little bit patty. Kind of sounds like something that would be good on Araz, right? Or maybe Demencius ads, where you don't really want to dot them, but it's probably worth dropping a little bit of a Starfall. If it's dealing its damage quicker, then, like, maybe worth. I don't know. Have to see how that kind of... Like, right now, I can't really look at damage. I guess I can take the talent and then just look at combat log and see how much it's blasting. But, if I dot some stuff up, I guess. And then I can... That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of stuff going out. Oh no, is Preach talking to me? Oh no, he's got the Void Wiener. Let me just look at Starfall damage when these Moonfires stop. Feral Freak is now an Owl Freak. Did you see the clip of him earlier? I logged into the game, and I logged in literally right next to him, and I was like, oh man, I know something's gonna happen. And then there's a clip of him being like, who's this Feral Freak standing next to me? Nasty. Nasty, nasty man. Give me 1 sec. I just want to double, triple check. Big. Right, let me do a Starfall. Look at this Starfall damage. It's dealing damage 100% quicker. Okay. I mean, it's hitting a lot of like, that's 1 Starfall, and it's just flipping. Also, if it's proccing, if it's doing its damage quicker, then are you going to get more shooting stars and stuff? Do shooting stars come from Starfall? No, that's from Moonfire Sunfire. But I would imagine you probably want the extension, really. Right, cool. Not sure that's intended. Wait, so you can normal eclipse, or do you only eclipse with the button now? You only eclipse with the button now. Sorry, guys, I was just sorting some stuff, making sure my interview was, I was, like, on the right time. So, yeah, you only Eclipse now with either CI. So if I CI here, it's going to put me in Eclipse, right? Now, if I try and press the Eclipse button, it doesn't let me until this Eclipse ends. What's really interesting is look at my Eclipse now. See how it says Solar Eclipse? If I now cast a Starfire, it's going to change the icon to a Lunar Eclipse. If I want to go into a Solar Eclipse, I cast a Wrath. Going to put me in Solar Eclipse. I wonder what Sunfire, Moonfire do. Okay, so Sunfire, Moonfire don't change it. So it's literally, if you want to go into that Eclipse state, you have to pre-cast that ability. If you CI, so let me do an Eclipse, and then I'll do... So notice how I only get Lunar Eclipse here. And then if I CI, it should, yeah, it doesn't extend it, but it just does a full refresh. But obviously I get both Eclipses. Mastery changed. Mastery is, yeah, just nature and arcane spell damage increase. Nothing to do with, I think there was something to do with dots and stuff before, right? That's a yikes. It's alpha. They've only just implemented this, so maybe that's just like a, thing that's been missed off. The Apex talent, activating an Eclipse makes your next Wrath or Starfire instant, because Warrior of Elune is gone, so you just have Force of Nature now, so Warrior of Elune is gone. Activating an Eclipse makes your next Wrath or Starfire instant. The first 3 Star Surges or Starfalls you cast during each Eclipse deal 20% increased damage. So you do want to make sure you get at least 3 of each, or of either, sorry, during an Eclipse, which I'm sure you will. So you should be fine. Yo, Max, thank you for the 32 months Prime, dude. Thank you. Hope you're enjoying the alpha gameplay, dude. Thank you. And then your crit strike dealt during an Eclipse cause their victim to languish for an additional 40% of the damage dealt. This was something that used to be in the tree, didn't it? This, like, sort of... this used to be in the tree, I think, so they've just moved it over here to an Apex talent, I think. That was Astral Smolder. Isn't that what it was called? Astral Smolder? That's not a thing anymore, so they've just moved it there. And then activating an Eclipse also launches solar or lunar bolts at enemies within 40 odds that always critically strike. Entering Solar Eclipse launches a solar bolt at 1 nearby enemy. Entering Lunar Eclipse launches 3 bolts at enemies that deal 411 arcane damage. I wonder how this works with if you're playing a Loon, where obviously you're only ever going to be doing Lunar bolts. If you're on a single target, I don't know if you're just going to lose 2 bolts. I mean, let's test it. Let's see. I will show as well, the tier set that we currently have is baked in now. To a lesser degree, but yeah. So, entering an Eclipse summons a Dryad to assist you for 8 seconds, casting Star Surge, dealing 2,500 astral damage, and Starfall at 300% effectiveness. Dryads cause most of your astral power generation to be increased by 10%. Most. It doesn't say what, it just says most. Your Starfall damage is increased by 8%, and your Star Surge damage is increased by 8%. So, that's cool. So that's anytime you enter an Eclipse, I think that said, right? Yeah, so you now have 4, like, straight off the bat, you just have 4 chances. So, if I flip in, I mean, I can, let me, like, dot up a little bit. I can't target these nameplates. It's really bad, actually. If I just drop some trees, Eclipse... Here's my Dryad, so she's doing some Star Surges. I think she must also be Starfalling. How come Annie's streaming the... I don't know. Maybe she's got special permission. Maybe she hasn't asked, and maybe she's going to get in trouble. I don't know. Now I can Eclipse again. 2. My Dryad's back. So you should have roughly 50% uptime on your Dryad, because it lasts 8 seconds. Eclipse is a 30-second recharge, and you have 2 of them. Oh, yeah, Despair, yeah, thank you. Yeah, we'll do. What's my favorite spec that I've tested so far? Feral's pretty cool. Like, Feral is in a pretty... Like, Feral's decent. It's not been elevated, but it's not lost a bunch of shit. So, Feral's been pretty good. Some of the cute... Like, there's some cute stuff. Apart from Feral, I think Elemental looked sick. Like, just visually looked really sick. Probably Devourer. Devourer is kind of mental. just visually. Maybe Unholy. Unholy was pretty sick with all the minions. Like, I like that. Yeah, those are probably the main ones right now. Yeah. Goldrin's right there. It's been moved over. They've really changed this tree around. They've moved a bunch of stuff. Really moved a bunch of stuff here. Like I say, this Meteor Storm talent is probably pretty good. Starfall deals its damage 100% faster. That's probably also pretty good if you're running trees in, like, Mythic Plus or something. I don't know if you would or what, but... I checked out Shadow, like, 30 minutes ago. So it's in the VOD if you want to go back. Wondering about Sass? I can see if I can check some. Have I liked pressing my feral buttons? Yeah. It's felt pretty good, actually. It's felt pretty good. Interested in what Devour brings to the table? Jedith is, Jedith. He should be on stream right now. He is playing it right now. Yeah, not to direct people away from my stream, Corey, but if you do want somebody who's currently testing it, look, there it is right here. You can see all the visual effects, which is pretty cool. So it's kind of like, the way it works is that you have abilities that are castable at a distance, but then you have abilities that launch you into melee, and then you do some stuff in melee, and then you escape back. So you have abilities that empower you to jump into melee every once in a while, and then empower you by jumping back. And then you can go back into a rotation of, like, just... like, you have a bunch of orbs, so you're doing your abilities, and it's just summoning these... It's just, like, spilling out orbs. Like, what's it akin to? Where you're just spilling out orbs, and then you gotta go and... You gotta collect them all up. And then, you use your Metamorphosis, which empowers all your stuff, and you can do some... Look, oh no, that wasn't it. There's, like, some Collapsing Star ability. He's probably casting it now. No, not quite. But you do this big, Collapsing Star thing every time you, absorb 35 orbs. So you... Collapsing Star, right now. Here it is. Big. And then you do, like, some big beam. He's gonna do a beam in a sec. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Next cast. Now. Oh, it's gone. He's lost it. But, it's pretty cool. You're, like, collecting all these orbs, which is then going to extend your Metamorphosis, which then means you can get more Collapsing Stars in. So it's kind of like an Insanity gameplay from, like, Shadow Priest back in the day, where you're trying to keep this rolling as much as possible. DH has the loop with Eldrazi Reaver in Havoc too, without the meta. Cool, okay, yeah, so it'll be similar to that then, I guess. No, picking up the orbs is fine, because you have this Scythe ability, which has, like, a large range, so you can hit it from, like, range. So you do this Scythe, and it collects up all the orbs for you. And then you also have this ability that is a hard cast. It's like a 2-second cast, but you can cast it while moving. So you're supposed to, I think, like, cast it and then collect up all your orbs. Plus, you have really good mobility. You have this ability that just teleports you. So you can, like, teleport through orbs if you wanted to, and then, like, start recasting or whatever. It's not got many buttons, but then neither does a lot of other specs right now. But it looks pretty cool. Visually, I think it looks amazing. You can see it right here, like, going through it all, and yeah, there's a lot of good stuff there. Was there anything else in Boomy that you guys wanted to see? I need to show you this, Unchanged Talents in Combat. I need to get out of combat. Give me a sec. So for feedback notepad, Unholy, we'd like to see Dread Plague DP have some scalability and higher mob counts. Similar to Frost Cryo Chamber, this should help bridge the gap between Frost priority damage and keeping Unholy competitive and higher mob counts. Cool, okay. I will copy, paste that. I don't fully know what it means. Oh, why did that get posted? I don't know what happened. Why isn't that copied? Hold on. This is not pasting. What the hell? Let me try copying it here. Maybe if... I don't know why this isn't copying. Copy. Maybe the text is white. Wait, maybe it is... Why would it copy in white text, bro? Golly, the hidden manuscripts. Okay. There we go. I was like, what am I doing wrong, dude? That's really funny. Oh, you son of a bitch. That's funny. Okay. Big. Can I clean up some space on my Google Drive? Nah, it's full of it's full of pictures of Worgen. Alright, so I want to see, what did I want to test with the Loons Chosen? There was something with this, right? Oh, yeah, the Lunar Bolt thing. So, activating an Eclipse launches solar and Lunar Bolts at enemies within 40 odds that always crit. So, I need, like, a single target, because this is going to get scuffed. To get past that ID verification. I need a VPN sponsor, man. Alright, so what did it say? Activating an Eclipse. Okay, so if I Eclipse... So it does 3 Lunar Bolts. But I don't know... Oh yeah, let me go find a single mob in the wild. But yeah, you guys were asking about the interview. So my interview is in like an hour. It cannot be... I've asked, they said don't stream it. So I will be releasing the interview tomorrow. And it's... So my interview is with the lead encounter designer. Let me just... I can double check names and everything. Dylan Barker, lead encounter designer, and Noah Smith, game designer for the Prey system. So I will be able to talk about dungeons, high-level raids, and delves, and the Prey system. I can go through some of the questions with you guys. I mean, I've already submitted the questions. Oh, server shutdown in 4 minutes. No! My alpha! Guys, they're prepping for alpha release. This is it. This is it, boys. Right, I want to see this Luna thing. If I Eclipse State. Sick. Okay, so I was worried that if you run a Loon's Chosen, you won't, like, your Lunar Bolt is only going to do 1 bolt instead of 3. Because it's only on a single target. But it looks like... So if I Eclipse now, all 3 are just going to hit this 1 target. It doesn't hit very hard, though. It's hitting 1/10 of a Star Surge. But, I guess you have to consider... Well, no, sorry, not 1/10. No, yeah, because that was a crit, and both were crits. Yeah, so it's hitting about 1/10 of a Star Surge. But I guess you have to consider that tuning hasn't been done yet. But it's guaranteed crits, though. I'll make sure they get that email, Lemon. I'll make sure you get that they get that email. Big. Prey tier sets add more depth to classes, not dogshit boring. I want them to, like, yeah, I don't know. I want to just see... the biggest thing for me right now is just so many specs, like, it kind of takes you a couple minutes to figure out how to play them, and then you go, okay, I've sort of got it. Like, it's taken me 2 minutes, and I know how to play this spec now. To, like, 90% efficiency. Where's the depth? Because they keep saying we want to simplify classes without removing the depth. I mean... That is literally, I want to have my cake and I want to eat it too, and I don't know how they're going to do that. Yeah, right now, you just want your spec to be the biggest doomer. Start shutting down the discords and everything. Gotta be the way. That's how you're gonna get the best results. Okay, damn, man. Servers are going down. I think they've just gone down. Nope, they're good. So there's still some more things I need to test, but I don't have time. Maybe I can really quickly check Assassination Rogue. I heard Sub Rogue is, like, dead. From the notes, it said we can swap between Lunar and Solar. Yeah, so you have two charges of Eclipse. When you cast Starfire, it makes your next Eclipse highlight Lunar. If you cast Wrath, it makes your next Eclipse highlight Solar. So depending on the spell that you cast, And it can keep alternating, so like the visual keeps changing until you press Eclipse. So you need to, if you want to enter a solar eclipse, all you need to do is press Wrath and then make sure you don't press Starfire before you next, like, yeah, cast Eclipse. Right. Servers might be down, boys. I think maybe we talk about some stuff I can discuss in my interview. I think that's fine. I think I'm allowed to do that. There's not more depth before either. We all had cookie cutter builds, more or less. Yeah, but that doesn't mean there wasn't depth. That just meant that some players are lazy or aren't prepared to put in the work to find out how things work. Which I'm guilty of it too. I go play a new spec and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna copy the build and I'm just gonna play whatever's good here. So I'm guilty of it too, you know. Right, I want to really quick just see about my interview questions. So, these are the things I want to talk about, if you guys are interested. So, sorry for the flashbang. So, I have an interview with lead encounter designer for dungeons, raids, delves, and the prey system. I am going to cover all of those areas, but I definitely have a focus on some more than others. If you guys think that, if you guys want me to adjust any questions, okay. If you guys have some suggestions for improvements I can make to questions, I might consider them. I might not be able to do anything about it. I might just have to probably stick to a lot of what I put here. But the kinds of things I do want to talk about, so with the prey system, can you explain a little bit about how you expect players to interact with the prey system? Is this something you anticipate every player to interact with at some level? Because I also want to know, once you hit max level, is the prey system just kind of done with? Is it something that you're going to expand upon? Because there's, mounts and transmogs. There's, a set that you get. There's titles. So it does seem kind of like an outer world sort of delve-ish type system. I'm also wondering, with that, will the prey will affect the whole zone? So that got confirmed yesterday in the Q&A. So when you turn on the prey system, your whole zone will be if you go Nightmare Prey mode, which is the hardest difficulty prey, then it's going to make the whole zone harder. But I want to know how and what. Do you get improved questing rule? Do you get extra item level? Do you get extra gold, extra stuff? So what's the impact on this? Is it going to be similar to Legion Remix scaling world content? So I'm curious about that. Once you reach max level, will there still be incentives to continue using the prey system? Because it's going to contribute to your weekly vault slots. So, are there going to be missions for you to go and, encourage... are they going to just encourage you to want to go and do this? Not make it mandatory, but make it a nice extra for people who are maybe, not raiding or not doing Mythic Plus or whatever, to give them extra rewards and stuff. Yeah. So in the raid section... So that's what I want to talk about with praise. It's just, really get to grips with how is this system really going to work? What's the scope? What's the plan? What's the impact? That's what I think is going to be my that's my target with the prey system, to just understand more of it. I don't know beyond that what more there is to really ask. It's pretty self-explanatory in the sense of you kill these mobs, you get some rewards, cool. But how's it going to fit into the wider game? So then for raids, I've got 3 new raid tiers in Midnight. What can you tell us about the difficulty of each? Will the 6-boss raid have a similar difficulty progression to our current 8-tier bosses? Or will we get 6 mega bosses? The Dungeon Journal gear item level would suggest the 1 to 2 boss raids being on par with the last couple bosses of the 6-boss raid. So I think I already kind of know the answer on this, but I'm wanting to know sort of how the are we going to get 6 bosses with the current 8-boss cadence, where the first, oh, have they already kind of answered that? Okay, maybe I'll sort of skip that one. What have they said about it? So I've also got, how do you expect guilds to schedule around the raid tiers? Extend on boss 5, we still clear the single boss raids, etc. Cutting Edge, Hall of Fame. I'll mention the fact that certain raids are dropping certain loot that you can't get in the other ones. The March on Quel'Danas you can expect to be slightly harder. Right, so March on Quel'Danas is going to be 2... Okay. So you're probably, like, it's weird because they're releasing the 2 harder raids first and then releasing the 6 boss raid, but okay, storytelling purposes, that's fine, whatever. But I guess you're gonna kind of go, maybe a lot of guilds, because this is a release schedule, right? Apparently, according to Icy Veins. So you're gonna get week 1 of the expansion, no raids. Week 2 of the expansion, you're gonna get voids, so you're gonna get the 1 boss and 2 boss raid release on normal and heroic. Then you're gonna get them release on mythic. Then you're going to get the 6 boss raid tier launch, and it should probably just release with everything unlocked. So, you're probably going to have most guilds do the 1 and 2 boss raids on heroic, maybe attempt a bit of mythic this week, you know, maybe go into some mythic this week, but probably then go and do 1 to 4 bosses on mythic on the 6 boss raid, then return back to the 1 boss raid, kill that on mythic, then finish off boss 5 and 6, then go and do boss 1, 2 of the 2 boss raid. I guess that's maybe, so you're going to probably be doing a little bit of hip hopping around a little bit. Yeah, I guess, like, yeah, knowing roughly what they're expecting in terms of progress. This is kind of what I'm going to ask kind of this a little bit. So how do you expect guilds to schedule around the raid tiers? Like, yeah, clear speed, etc. Yeah, and then what are their plans with sort of like cutting edge, Hall of Fame? Is there going to be a separate cutting edge and Hall of Fame for each raid tier? Is it just going to be like clearing every boss? So we'll see what that's going to be. And then many specs have been simplified. Reduction in abilities, more downtime. Will this allow you to ramp up mechanic design and expectations like there? Will fights become more like a dance with like cardinals, clockwise, counterclockwise positions, that kind of thing? And then more visual sound cues. Dimensius, massive arm swipe during P2, for example. Being able to reduce player spell clutter. Like, what are their plans to sort of highlighting some of these things, the mechanics to players? Like, are they going to be looking at more ways to elevate that kind of way of presenting information? Adjustment in encounter design with add-on limitations, new Blizz UI. Will there be an overlap period where, and like, how are they going to plan to change mechanics? Because there's going to be a time where we lose add-ons. Are they going to give like some time for people to adjust to that and get used to just sort of a lot of default UI mechanic information, and then ramp up difficulty later down the line? Also, obviously, first tier of the expansion is probably going to be a bit easier. And then any plans to remove instance lockout for Mythic? We know EU have an advantage in Race Toward First. Asia servers are disadvantaged in the Race Toward First. Any plans to synchronize raid releases globally? I know this is something that, like, they've answered this a million times, but this is just something that I think you kind of just throw in every now and then and see if there's, like, any... Because, you know, some things that they've said, we're never doing it, we're not doing it, it's not happening, never going to happen, and then they do it and you go, ah! So, you know, I'll see. I'll see. But what do you guys think about some of these raid questions? Didn't they answer the Mythic Lockout thing? They may have, actually. If they have, then I just won't answer it. I won't ask it. They won't remove it? Okay. Maybe I just remove that one. Save some time there. What else are you guys saying? So, question for dungeons. A lot of dungeons have priority mobs, usually more health and or dangerous group abilities. This favors certain class profiles better than others, especially at the high level. Will this trend continue, or can we expect more equalized AoE throughout a dungeon? That's a really good question, actually. I really like that. I'll see if I can slot it in. I'll just put it down here. Oh, it's flipping done white text again. What's that about? Random, I don't know if it's worth it. Oh yeah, clear rates for average guild. The problem with the depth is that the way Blizzard understands it is by adding extra steps, modifiers, which isn't such an issue for DPS classes, although it creates ramps. For Feral, it's fun. For Survival, for example, it's not fun. Even less fun for healers, in my opinion. Got out your system? So, the problem with depth is that by adding extra steps or modifiers isn't an issue for DPS classes, although it creates ramps. I don't fully understand what you mean. March of Quel'Danas is just 2 bosses and launches later, so expansion launches with the 6 boss raid and 1 boss mini raid. Later on a 2 boss little top up probably. Well, I thought that this is what Icy Vein said. Icy Vein said it's going to go... Wait, what are the... Hold on, which boss is which? Oh. Wait, I had it wrong. I assumed it was... Right, they said based on... Yeah, somewhat recent expansion. Okay, so basically this is just complete... It's complete speculation. Said March is 6 bosses. I think it... I don't know. I think it might be. I'd need to log in, but I can't because servers went down. It's 2. I can see the dungeon journal. Okay, cool. Cool. Right, so we're getting the 1 boss raid and the 6 boss raid together, and then the 2 boss raid later. Potentially. Maybe. Okay. Okay, so we'll see there. And then, does anyone know if they have commented on upgrading items in slots where you already have higher item level? I don't know about that. Yeah, CBA with a hard priority all the time. Some great classes like Ret Pally get overshadowed by less favorable timers due to how they deal their damage. Yeah, I think it depends on how, like, where they're looking at the design, though, with that, right? Like, that's only a problem in high key levels, I think. If you're doing a plus 10, you can kind of just blast everything down together for the most part. But yeah, I do agree. And, you know, it shows Ret Paladin is, like, one of the most played specs in the game. So even with the prio damage thing, like, Ret still gets an insane amount of playtime. But, I do hear you. You're not wrong. I just think that the effect isn't maybe necessarily the same. Oh, Frosty K and Ret have bursty damage, while some DPS need 10 seconds to set up to start doing good damage. Yeah, the ramp up time, right, I got you. Yeah, some specs it feels good to ramp. Some, like, just having instant damage, it's kind of... Yeah, it doesn't feel as good. Is that combat or class design? Bit of both. So what have I got for dungeons then? So I've got how happy are the Warcraft team with the reception of Mythic Plus in The War Within? Any plans to elevate or modify it entering into Midnight? Like any major sort of Mythic Plus changes coming? What challenges do you face trying to design a system that tailors to gearers / non-IO incentivized players and high-end pushers? Mythic Plus is a system that's trying to cater to 2 different types of players. Mythic Plus amplified gear for players. Any plans for like Mythic Plus? So like gear that is amplified when you're in Mythic Plus dungeons that won't like scale so much in raid. So for example, like PvP gear, right? Where in the Outer World it's lower item level, but then you go into PvP zones, it's like elevated, right? So basically, Mythic Plus amplified gear for players that don't raid but want stronger rewards. Like these Mythic Plus only players who like want things to, like, want to gear via Mythic Plus and stuff. Do you have plans to look at random damage that isn't telegraphed? Random shots, pot shot, etc. Frustrating ways to die, limited ways to track them. Doesn't feel good as a healer being unable to save someone, etc. Are you looking at any competitors in their dungeon design, grouping systems, reward structures, and how they pan out? Not mentioning any names. Dell, what are you guys think about the Mythic Plus questions? I think those are generally decent. Some of them are open-ended purposefully, so it allows them to chat about the things that they're excited about or interested in, or, you know. They are yes and no's, I guess. If you wanted feedback, might get answers if you can ask about their ideas and philosophies. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Maybe I'll try and work on how I can phrase them. Like this one, so like, how happy are you with the reception? Any plans to elevate? So like, they can at least talk about things that they think went well, things that they think went less well. But then like, this is like a open-ended. Like this allows them to kind of, you know, what challenges do you face? Trying to design for different people. I guess that's a yes or no. Plans to look at random damage. That's a yes or no. Are you looking at any competitors? That's a yes or no, I guess. Yeah, a lot of those are like yes or no. Would like a meaty answer for amplified gear, even if it's just a weapons and trinkets. A follow-up would be if they expect you to raid as well, if you want to maximize your Mythic Plus pushing. Yeah. Global launch, rather than saying any plans to have global launch, be like, are you guys seeing it as an issue? Have you talked about solutions? Yeah, that could be good, actually. Yeah, do you see this as an issue internally? Have you spoken about any solutions? Asked if we could have some kind of time chamber. Basically, we have dummies and reset CDs, etc. You know what would be really good for that? Player housing. Yeah. A lot of dungeons are priority mobs. Save certain class profile. Well, I'm adding this in because, okay, so if I run out of time, like, I've already given them my questions. So I will have some extra stuff that, like, if I run out of, if I have more time than I thought or whatever, I guess I'll ask them at the end. But I don't want to just hit them with anything that, like, I haven't necessarily sort of pre-signed off on, I guess. But yeah, Bubble, that's a good one as well. Like, yeah, sort of target dummy-esque. I mean, we already have target dummies, but resetting CDs, I mean, yeah, that's a potentially one I can... Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, better rewards from the end of Mythic Plus. They did kind of answer that. They did kind of answer that in the interview, but the question was something like, are you planning on basically adding more, like, mounts and titles? And they said no plans for, like, bonus rewards from, like, pushing Mythic Plus. But they didn't say end of dungeon rewards of, like, yeah, trying to get some stuff there, I guess, yeah. More wallbound gear. Yeah. I guess I could probably slot that in here. End of dungeon loot reward improvement. 100G for a plus 20. Big sad. Yeah, just like a little bag, you know? Got some augment runes in, got some little gubbins, you know? Just like a little, ooh. Ooh, I got something. You know? Get some player housing rewards and stuff, you know? Yeah, Warbound, gear, etc. It's like a little something. I find I just don't get enough Warbound gear. Like, the thing is that the Warbound gear is random, and you get it so infrequently, so you might only, even if you're only playing one ult, you think, oh, well, sorry, you're only gearing one ult, you're gonna get so much Warbound gear because it's all being collected on one character. And it's like, yeah, but by the time I actually get enough Warbound gear, my ult has outpaced it anyway, and I'm, like, playing a Leatherwear, and I'm getting plate and cloth and an intellect weapon and a thing like that, and I'm going, I can't actually use any of this Warbound stuff, you know? Yeah, something like that would be good, Desperia, yeah. I mean, I like the way that Fellowship does it, where everybody gets something. Some people get gear, like two people get gear, and then some people get reagents, and then some people get currencies that they can use at vendors and stuff. Just stuff like that would be good. Yeah, definitely. Feels kind of shitty when you're just, like, pushing keys and you're actually spending 5,000 gold per dungeon, depleting most of them. You finally do a key, and you get 100 gold, and you're like, I'm just hemorrhaging, like, resources here, you know? Yeah, 3 people getting 150 gold. It just... I know that in some parts of the game, gold has just lost value, and it's so easy to farm and stuff like that, but... I don't know. Just having more rewards would be good. We do get crests, but they don't even show in the chest you click. Yeah, there's no... Yeah, there's no real anything. And when you don't get loot, it feels like shit. Because you're like, I gotta farm this again. So what else have I got? So then I got for Delves, I said I want to start by saying thank you for the Bran appearance toy that has haunted my raid nights. A little bit of a joke. A little bit of hee-hee. A little bit of fun. With one expansion of delving out the way, how did the team feel internally about the success of delves? What improvements do you want to make going forward? And then flicker gates were a fun surprise when farming delves. So flicker gates are the things where like you'd kill the ethereal and it would open up a gateway that would take you to the end boss room, and it would just like you'd have sort of like a little bit of mystery and a little bit of surprise and stuff during your delves, and sometimes it would happen at the beginning of the delve or midway through or whatever. But like, yeah, any more plans to bring in fun random events, like, you know, elevate that kind of component of delves and stuff? And then something I've seen online and experienced myself is delves feeling like they don't have enough mechanics. Instead, you get blown up by auto attacks. Are you looking at scaling, mechanic implementation, etc.? You know, that kind of thing. So yeah, those are some things. I did manage to play one delve the other day. I was gonna try to do more today, but the flipping servers have gone down. Yeah, no, I think delves are fantastic. A lot of people complain about them just being like a waste of time or whatever, and it's like, well, you're playing the game at a different level. I think a lot of people look at content and don't then like include, well, they don't consider the type of player they are. They just assume that all content needs to be for them, or like all content needs to be for everybody, you know? Done 800 delves. I've loved delves. I haven't done them as much. Like, I actually kind of forgot about them on some of my alts. But like, I really like delves. I would love... Delves are part of a reason as well why I would like a solo queue system, because I would love the ability to sign up to a Mythic Plus, like do the solo queue. The queue says it's going to take 30 minutes or whatever, and I can just go, okay, in 30 minutes, I know I'm going to get a dungeon. I'm going to go run some delves, and not like one of like my insane, just like neurotic behaviors is like sitting AFK or going and doing an activity like farming profession mats or being in a delve, and then I'm just clicking on the dungeon refresh button and like applying, and you can only apply to 5 dungeons, and I would just like a way to sort of automate that process where I'm like, look, I'll take any plus 10. I don't give a shit. Give me any plus 10, any dungeon, don't care. Just give me anything. I just want to be able to just set it and forget it and then play the game and focus on my activity. Because otherwise I get to that ADHD brain where I'm just like, I'm not really playing the delve and I'm sort of trying to just keep queuing up. And it's just distracting. So I'd actually like an improvement there that I can just focus on the task. I can go and run some delves now. Alright, I got time for 2 or 3 delves. Cool. I wasn't a fan of how strong delve trinkets being near Biss on Heroic over than a Mythic Raid trinket. I didn't mind it because it was sort of like a little bit... It was kind of hard to farm the delve trinkets, you know? Yeah, I don't know. Hoping for Mythic Plus trinkets to scale in 5-man. Simply don't have time, nor does it make sense that you can't push the highest end of the game content you're interested without being doing an unrelated aspect. Yeah. I mean, I think in 2025, that is a correct statement. I personally am somebody who I enjoyed in Classic WoW when you would go and do a bit of profession stuff, do a bit of PvP, do a bit of raiding, do a bit of dungeoning, and you would have, like, you know, you'd sort of just, like, mix and match and get your best from just, like, mix and matching and like, experiencing all the different gameplays. But in 2025, that's just not how people play the game. People will go, this is the part that I like, I'm just going to run that. And so, you know, gotta be aware of that. Right, let me jump back onto live servers. I don't really know. I mean, I might do some delves, actually. I'm going to flip in. Yeah, I'll do some delves while I'm waiting for this interview. Yeah, let's go on then. Need to do some alt content anyway. I feel like delves time to time, but I wish as an alternative, you could eventually, with lots of time invested, you could upgrade some pieces to Mythic Track. The problem is that then you are forcing high-end WoW players to go and run delves. I think limiting the power of certain pieces of content is good. It's purposeful. Because otherwise, you end up in a situation where then as a Mythic player, Mythic Raider or Mythic Plus pusher, you now have to go and run Delves. And that was the Torghast problem. Torghast was pretty cool if you didn't feel like you needed to do it. Once you had to go, right, I'm playing 3 different characters. It's like Tuesday night. I've got to go and run 15 Torghast runs for for my account. Oh, god damn it. That's not a good feeling. It should be, hey, I've got 20 minutes on my lunch break or whatever, or I'm like waiting for a thing, like my raid starts in 30 minutes. I don't want to be locked into a dungeon. I want something I can jump in and out of. I'm gonna go run a delve, you know? I still need to farm the delves, actually. I still don't have an unused trinket for my hunter, and I need one. I'll go slam some delves on this bad boy. Think it's okay delves are aimed at Greg and not Dylan? Yeah, I agree. I think delves being aimed at sort of like the lowest, like, sort of difficulty level of the player base is perfect. You start putting mythic gear in delves and suddenly it's middle. Well, sorry, I mean like, okay, so if you put difficulty of content, delves are probably the easiest thing beyond just questing, right? In terms of end game content, delves are the easiest. Then you'd have like, well, then you start to get into like normal raid and like low level mythic plus, and then like higher raid and higher mythic plus, and then, you know. But basically, delves are like the probably sort of the easiest end game content that you can do, I guess. I need to get my delve, do my delve weekly. Right, demo lock? No, alpha servers are down. Should probably update my title and stuff, but I gotta head off shortly anyway. I think I'm only, so with my brand, how do I check this now? They have a new thing in the alpha, and I'm not used to retail of how I gotta check stuff. How do I check my flipping delve rep? Oh yeah, I remember. Delves. So I think I need to get to... What level do I need to get to when I actually get good rewards from high tier delves? Whee!
I understand your frustration, Gaora, but do not rush to
Delves?
conclusions.
Damn. Damn. You know, so they could comment on Mythic Plus gear progression. You only have 1 chance per week, which makes you get outgeared by a raider who gets the same 3 options. It's... Yeah, I don't know. I think it's like a hard one, right? Because raiding is not worth the effort. I just don't think it's worth the effort. So I'm hard locked in to 4 hours a night, 2 or 3 times a week. Plus at the beginning of the season, it's an extra night. If I miss those raids, or if I have bad attendance, then I'm going to get kicked from the guild. I have to do the application, like, get into a guild that fits and suits me and I'm comfortable with anyway. You have to find a group of 20 players that are, like, playing on your level and everything. And then the gear is like a 1%, like, that trinket is a 1% upgrade, which, yeah, okay, when you get a 1% upgrade across 14 different gear slots, it adds up. Yeah, okay. But I don't know, for me, it's like, I get a small upgrade when I do raiding. I don't personally think raiding's that worthwhile, but for like just gear, I don't know. Give me 1 second, I gotta tinkle. Alright, gamers. Wait, you saying about 10-man Mythic Plus? Wait. 10-man Mythic Plus. I think the game does need more 10-man content. I am really surprised that they brought in these, like, 1 and 2 boss raids. And then made them 20-man. I think it would have actually been really cool to have... Oh, dude, holy shit. Okay, I've been playing Alpha for, like, well, the whole week. And now I'm coming back on retail. And Survival Hunter actually has some buttons. Oh my god, this feels weird. I was just playing Survival and Alpha and... Guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, it wasn't great. Not gonna lie to you. I think they got rid of Aspect of the Eagle, didn't they? Or maybe it's baseline. They did just remove it. What have I got to do? I got to click on it? What do I got to do? Is it done? It's done. See, Deathless, I think, just promotes shit social environments. Oh, you're talking about the Mega Dungeon. Yeah, you know what's funny? Is that when that Mega Dungeon was, like, happening, I was doing, like, plus 15 keys or something. And I was way more scared about the Deathless Mythic, you know, Mythic Zero, hard mode dungeon. I was way more, like, I was stressed the whole time. It's just knowing that even a single death, like, yes, it's harder to die, but if even a single one occurs from anybody, it's over. And you get 1 chance per week. That is incredibly punishing. And it's kind of cool, but, like, yeah, that's off-put. There are so many people who I, like, know have just not even going to attempt that. And it's super pug unfriendly, and it's super rewarding. Like, it's incredibly valuable. You get an extra mythic, you get a guaranteed mythic piece every week, which is kind of crazy. CBA to even try it, because I'm an idiot and will die here and there after week 1. I never stepped foot inside Tazavesh, because you can just spam 7s for hero gear. Yeah. Yeah. If I had 1 mythic drop each week at the end, regardless of Deathless, would be much healthier. Yeah. Can even launch it, like, 2 weeks into the season. Yeah. I do wonder about, like, the reward, frequency, though. Because I guess we've got crests, which increase your item level week to week. We've got, the vault. You've got mythic rating. You got, you know, mythic plus loot that you can farm. Bridging the gear gap. Maybe once per week, if you do 15, you get a mythic piece in the chest, similar to hard mode. But gated to a key level. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, yeah, no. Because, like... This is where it's really hard to design a piece of content that is designed for... Like, it's super simple for raiders. If you don't want to go mythic, you just don't go mythic. Wait, are we just looking at this weird? I guess, like, if you don't want to go mythic, you just don't go mythic. But you are missing out on loot. So if you made it so you get extra loot from pushing Mythic Plus, people would feel like they were forced to push Mythic Plus. But then... people don't feel forced to Mythic Raid, do they? I don't know. Maybe that's just all semantics. Need to stop these stupid belts, rings, and capes. Plus tier blocking upgrades? Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Feels shit. None of the slots, like... you're getting loot as well that you can't even equip. And then you can't, like, trade it. And you're like... yeah, it's silly. We need, like, we need, like, a reward... we need to have an interview that's like a reward dev, you know? Somebody who's in charge of reward, like, timings and and values and everything, you know? Yeah, I mean, that could be pretty neat. Oh, it's a Flickergate. Oh, let's go. Kaiveza Shadow Clone. Come to face off as champion. Something I've really loved with Delves is the single boss experience. I think more of that is absolutely flipping golden, dude. Stop it, bro. What's happening? Wait, did I not get anything? Why didn't I get anything? Run a dungeon 10 times, get a pity piece? Well, what you would do is you would build a currency that you get from completing dungeons, and when you get a certain amount of currency, you can just buy an item, like that kind of thing. That's like how Final Fantasy raiding works, where you raid each week. If you don't win items, well, you're getting a currency, and then you can eventually just exchange the currency for the loot that you want. My WoW sounds are incredibly loud. Yeah, but I don't know. It's like a careful balance, right? Because if you just give people like Mythic Plus is already infinitely farmable. Bad luck protection is maybe something. Like if you run the same dungeon, for example, of this hunter with this late into the season, I have not seen a single unused trinket. Like look at my bags. I don't have a single unused trinket, and I've done quite a few dungeons. I've done a lot of ecodomes. I've done raids. I've done full raid clears, like with guild and everything, and just not gotten an unused trinket. I'm just behind. At the same time, it's my ult, and if I put more work into it, I probably would have one by now. You can do 8 dungeons a week for 3 vault slots is a crime. 6 max. Yeah, I think 8's too much. I agree. Alright, I gotta hustle. I gotta bustle, actually. I gotta hurry up with this. I gotta blast this out. I'd rather get some kind of personal renown to unlock tier set than waiting to get lucky in raids. The best would be to bring back dungeon sets. Well, I mean, you do... They have the catalyst. That is the bad luck protection, right? But... So I was also a big supporter of dungeon tier sets. So, like, you have a tier set that specifically only has value in Mythic Plus. The problem I found with that was you would, we now have hero talent tier sets. So you wouldn't want, like, hero talent tier sets and dungeon tier sets and stuff like that. But I think definitely Mythic Plus Trinket. Like, there's a raid trinket right now, which you thought would be really good for Mythic Plus. It's the one where, like, you deal damage to a primary mob, and the more mobs you have around you, you deal more damage to the primary target. It's like the quintessential Mythic Plus Trinket. It's dog shit. Nobody uses it. Everyone just uses the same 2 trinkets, and you're like, how have you designed this Mythic Plus trinket and then not tuned it around being good in Mythic Plus? Yeah, that's what I thought would be good, SO. Yeah, just when you're in Mythic Plus and you have Mythic Plus gear on, it scales up higher in Mythic Plus or something. That would be good. I think, yeah. Oh, I'm getting nervous for my interview now. Ah! So my plan, guys, what I think I'm going to do is finish stream in a sec. Go do my interview, then probably have like some dinner or something, and then come back on stream, see if Alpha's up. If not, I've genuinely just have some like, I have some more King of the Jungle challenge. So what I've been doing is trying to get 3,500 IO on every single Druid spec. For those of you that don't know, I've been trying to get 3,500 on every spec. This is currently how it's looking. So I'm 3,600 on my Feral, 3,220 on my Boomy, 3-1 on my Guardian, and then 2-2 on my healer. So, in terms of the actual keys, my Boomy's almost there. My tank is partly the way there. And my healer is not really close, but healer's the hardest one, dude. So that's what I'll probably do some more of tonight if alpha servers are down. That'll be my plan. If you haven't followed the channel already, please feel free to. And if you guys want to support the channel, you can flip and sub and help me do more. Friend had an idea if you'd take tokens from your vaults for, say, 2 weeks to get the max amount of vault tokens. So yeah, 12 vault tokens. Put an item on the socket vendor that lets you upgrade the track of a single item to the next track, from hero to mythic. I don't actually have too much of a problem with that. Yeah, that could be something. Do you get, like, sort of guaranteed mythic? Blizzard clearly has, like, a rate at which they want you acquiring gear. They're clearly very data-driven. They want you to get enough loot where you feel like it's worth playing, but not give you so much loot that you feel like you're gonna gear up quickly and then you can quit, right? They want you to sort of be on a smidge of a treadmill, right? I need a bloodlust. You got them smelly tree? You got that eucalyptus? Damn, bro, you stinky. This guy got shot. Oh, thanks, honey. Oh, that's fine.
Pure boiling water.
Pure boiling water. Thank you ever so much. Yeah, you got shafted in gear? Yeah, like my feral, I don't have a single mythic trinket yet. I did manage to get a mythic weapon, but it's not like I haven't... Like, I think the problem with Mythic Plus, like with raids, you can guarantee that you will eventually get the loot that you need. There is no guarantee with that in Mythic Plus, apart from the Dinar system, which I think comes so late into the season. Kind of weird, like the Turbo Boost system's weird as well, because it kind of is off-putting, because you know Turbo Boost is coming. I feel like I don't really care about pushing. I probably don't care too much about farming stuff, because I know I'm going to get the Dinars, which are going to give me what I need. Yeah, then you got Ben moaning gears way too fast. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, people are suggesting, oh, we should get more loot, and I'm going, we're getting more loot now than at any other point in WoW's history. Like, we are getting flooded with gear. We are getting so much loot week to week to week. You have the Vault. You have infinite Mythic Plus farming. You have the Crest system. They're removing Valor Stones. You have Dinars and the Turbo Boost system. You have crafting. Like, you have so much gear now. I don't know that you need... Like, again, I don't think Mythic raiding is very rewarding. It's a lot of effort. It's a lot of effort for not really too much. Removing Valor Stones is big. I think that alone is massive. Wait, I just got my keystone from here? Funny. Get me some undercoins. Get me some curios. Hell yeah, dude. Gilded stash. Ooh. I got some guildies. I got my flicker stash. The profession they need to go back to profession patterns being really rare. Really cringe that you get a pattern and it's worth 5 gold. Nah, dude. What did I get? Champion legs. Wait, why did I just use a key? Why did I just use a key on champion legs? I don't want to use my bounty, do I? I probably do, whatever. Yeah, just Valor Stones being removed is going to make ults actually playable. I think the problem with WoW isn't gearing up on your main. I think gearing up on your main is super lucrative, super good. Like, you get tons of gear. You get tier set pretty much week 1. You get showered, you know, you get weekly vaults. You get showered and flipping heroic gear and crests that you can upgrade things with, and you get crafting. I think you get so much gear. I think the problem is your ults. Your ults require so much time. Like, if I'm playing on my main, and my main is capped on gilded crests, why the hell are my ults not getting those access to those crests? I'm doing the content, I'm putting in the work. part of the reason why I don't want to play my alts is because they're behind, and they require so much time to play. Removing Valor Stones is nice, but, like, I want my ult gearing to be 20% the time that I need to sink into my main. I want my ults to, like, catch up to within 1 or 2 item levels of my main like that. I just want to get into... I want to be pushing on them. I want to be, you know, doing the engaging content with them, but I don't know. Right, guys, I gotta go. I really gotta dip. I'm not gonna linger. I'm not gonna do the thing that I always do where I linger around. I gotta go do this interview, so I'm gonna dip on out. Thank you for today. I'll be back in a few hours. I'm gonna do this interview, then I'm gonna probably chill for a little bit and then come back on. So, I'll see you guys in a few hours. I'll see if Alpha's up, the proper Alpha, and we'll play through some stuff. If not, I'll continue my challenge and just talk about Alpha things and have a great time there. Yeah. Big. Thanks for chatting today. This has been great. Thanks for helping with some interview questions and stuff. Like I say, if you haven't followed the channel already, please do. If you haven't subbed and you want to support the channel, go for it. Knock yourself out. Gonna love you and leave you. Thank you, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.